the wild. Misery is still a path I would choose if the alternatives are worse. I guess it's time to find a friend, one who will stick by to the end. Going out of my mind in the middle, wasting all of my time in the middle, I take a bite and spit it out, unaware of what it's about. I'm not that good at faking it. I feel somehow I've broken it. I don't believe I'm part of it. In the if I try to climb up the wall, everyone can see when I fall. Nothing really matters at all. Pull me out of this place in the middle, nothing more to embrace in the middle,
This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Hey y'all, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm trying to there's a way to do vertical streaming and like on stream screaming on the regular way. I'm trying to do both ways today, so it might be a little bit odd. I'm going to do the best that I can. If you are in the vertical stream, if it's like if my if my circle is like bigger than the screen right now for you, I think Lorianne's in there. You can come over to the other one. You should be able to go out and click on the one that is not like doesn't have a phone by it, I think is how that works. I can't access the other one. The only one I can go in is that one. Sorry, my window was open because it's hot in here today. All right, thank you guys for being here. We got a couple of updates to talk about. It's good to see you, Michael Green Chili Chicken. Hello, hello. Yes, I did, Abellis. Rhonda, good to see you. Abellis, good to see you. Curious Christine, Lori Ann, I see that you're here. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Hio, good to see you. Anders, good to see you. Rhonda, good to see you. Southern Cats, good to see you. Mariel, good to see you. Rachel and Shelby, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, my Lord. Karen, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Cindy from sunny South Florida, good to see you. Texas Gal, good to see you. Snarky Pants, good to see you. And All in Tanks, good to see you. Thank God it is Friday. Miss King of Anything, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to try to watch the vertical stream on my phone while we are live. Let me shut this door because I told him I was going live and he's just not paying attention. Hold on. I said it 5 times. Gracious morning. All right. So, Mustang, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Your dryer arrived. Yay, that's awesome. That is awesome. Good to see you. It says I have 32 in both. I don't know. Curious Christine, thank you so much for the super sticker. I don't know that I'll be able to see what it is. We are supposed to be in one. I have 2 streams. Yeah, there's 2 streams. And I can't access the other one. So I don't know. I'm going to try to watch it on my phone and keep track of it. It's like supposed to be a new thing that you can do to reach a wider audience. So that's what I was trying to do. I'm going to try it and see how it works. I'm curious, Christine, thank you so much for the super sticker. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. Thank you so much. I can't see what it is because I can only see vertical, but I really appreciate it. Hey, Tom, how was your fishing trip? Good to see you. Anders, if it looks weird, try to go out and come back in to go on my actual page and come in that way. True Crime Butterfly, good to see you. Thank you. And thank you for hitting like on both. I'm glad you're back, Tom. Hey, Julie, good to see you. No, yeah, it's like you're supposed to reach a wider audience. It's kind of some kind of new thing that they did. I'm trying it today. I don't know how I'll like it or if it will work. I don't want people to get confused, but I don't know. We shall see. I figured it was Friday. We would try it. Okay, so we have some news. I don't know, Curious. I think you can be in vertical and then you can come out and like go. They're both on my page. I think one has like a phone beside it. So I don't know. Tom, I'm glad that you're back, and I would love to hear about your fishing trip in between talking. All right, so we're going to talk about a couple of things, a couple of updates, and then we'll continue our interviews of these crazy motherfuckers because I don't know this story, and it's all very freaking weird to me. Yes, congratulations on the new dryer. You don't see Tom, he might be in the vertical one. Okay, so I have a good update that I am very pleased to share with y'all. Tom said, still fishing. We are off the Baja Peninsula, 100 miles north of Cabo. Or Cabo. I don't know how the correct way to say that is. That's awesome. I know you had caught like a rather large tuna, which I thought was really cool. And I'm super excited to hear about how everything went when you get back. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on just a minute. Have mercy. Now look, sir. There we go. Guess I'll wear the cuss word shirt. I'm wearing my husband's clothes now because it's hot in here. About to strip my shirt off. Good thing I don't have my camera up yet, isn't it? Y'all see my bra. Since you can't see it, I'll tell you It's got flowers. It's blue with little flowers on it. There you go. All right. I should have done this beforehand. I apologize for not having my shit together. You know, we just do the best we can around. Something is playing now. Hold on. Okay. So let me grab my timestamp. All right. So I've got a good update for you guys. I am actually excited to share with you. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up. Hold on just a minute. Okay, yesterday we talked about Leven Todd, who is missing out of Georgia, 10 years old. Yesterday we were told there was a critically missing child. 10-year-old Leven Todd is critically missing. He was last seen wearing a blue t-shirt and a pull-up diaper and has not been seen since. They located him and he is okay. As of 1:50 p.m., I think it was yesterday. Um so I'm glad that they found him. That's a good ending that we kind of wanted, which is good to know. And I looked it up before I went live, and I didn't hear anything about it. So, but I think when I went check Facebook, they said that he has been located. That's what that says. I've got two. That's from the Troup County Sheriff's Office. So it says update. He has been located at 1:50 p.m. There's active. They were just updating, and there is, I guess, the photo of him when they located him or whatever. Somebody's security camera caught him, I do believe. So I was really happy to hear that. Yes. Wonderful ending to that story. I'm so glad that they located him. Hey, Percy, good to see you. Yes. I try. I mean, I'm so glad because it's not often that we actually get good news. I open my window up. If it gets loud again, I'll shut it. Abraham, good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, and then I have another update. I put it in my thumbnail, but my thumbnail didn't show up for some reason. So we'll talk about this one and then the other update I have, and then get into back into the interviews. So we talked about it briefly yesterday, but Melodee's Buzzard's mother was released from custody and forced to wear a GPS monitor as her daughter Melodee remains missing. The article reads Ashlee Buzzard was arrested last week on false imprisonment charge unrelated to the case of her missing daughter, according to police. Melodee Buzzard disappeared last month after a brief road trip with her mother, Ashlee. Ashlee, who is allegedly not cooperating with investigators, has not been named a person of interest in the case of her missing daughter. She was arrested on an unrelated false imprisonment charge almost a month after Melodee was last seen. It reads Ashlee Buzzard, the mother of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, has been released from jail days after she was arrested in a case unrelated to the girl's disappearance. Ashlee was arrested on a false imprisonment charge based on accusations as she prevented a victim from leaving a location. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office said last week without disclosing further details about the investigation. Um, it's interesting to me that she was released. I feel like they should have held her there and tried to get her on the proper medication and tried to get more information about her missing daughter. It's a felony charge, and they released her with an ankle monitor, which is weird for me. And I want to look into that and see what California says about doing that. Is it something that happens frequently or not so frequently? And if it's something that happens not very frequently, then why did they release Ashlee? Tom said biggest tuna is 255 pounds, had one over 300 pounds next to the boat, and he chewed through the ladder, fought it for 2 hours. Oh my God. Wow, that is insane. I'm glad you got that one. That was 255 pounds though. Yeah, they probably put it on her so they can track where she goes, but is she going to go to Melodee? It continues, the victim alleged that Ashlee brandished a box cutter and stopped him from leaving her home after becoming, quote, visibly distressed after sharing information she appeared to regret disclosing, unquote. KTLA and ABC News reported citing officials. The man, a local paralegal, told KSBY he knew Ashlee from years prior and had reached out to her to assist with the search for missing Melodee. Okay. On November 6th. According to charging documents cited by KTLA, the alleged offense involved planning, sophistication, and professionalism. Ashlee was released on her own recognizance and ordered to wear a GPS monitor while she remains free, the outlets reported, with KSBY adding that her next court appearance is set for November 19th. She has pled not guilty to the charge, online court records show. Lord have mercy. Oh my Lord. All the forces of nature and science and people and the whole universe is working against me today. Wow. She is a beautiful little girl, isn't she? I couldn't imagine. I feel like that's quite a bit of money, and I would be upset too to lose him. But you fought pretty hard. It's the geese, but I was like, is somebody messing with them? I don't know what's going on. Grady would hold her until she talks. Right. California is not very aggressive with CPS cases, said Mariel. I'm going to look up if it's normal to release somebody on a felony charge that when they pled not guilty with the tracking device. Melodee was reported nearly a month ago by a school official in Lampeter, California, the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office said at the time. Investigators soon determined that Ashlee had taken Melodee on a days-long road trip spanning different states, going as far as Nebraska. However, when police went to Ashlee's home to inquire about Melodee following the school's report, the child was nowhere to be seen. Ashlee has reportedly been uncooperative with authorities and was unable to provide an explanation about the child's whereabouts. Ashlee has not been charged or named a person of interest in Melodee's disappearance. The ensuing investigation traced the mother-daughter duo whereabouts, with the pair being spotted once October 7th at the car rental business in California, and another time on October 9th, the region between the Colorado-Utah border, per an update from the sheriff's office. Authorities alleged, based on security camera footage from October 7th, that Melodee's appearance had been altered with a wig in an attempt by Ashlee to evade the child's detection. Now, somebody had asked me, how do we know she's wearing a wig? Well, if you look at her hood, if that was her hair, it wouldn't be like pushed out this big and this far. It looks like her hair is up in a bun under that wig and it's pushed the hood out that far. And her mother knew it looked weird, so she made her put the hood on over it. That's what I see. Geese is plural for goose. Ducks are different. Yeah, I don't have ducks, especially with them charging her with a violent crime. Right. The biggest yellowfin tuna are male, so I'm guessing it was him. Oh, wow. It was a him. Interesting. Ducks is plural for duck. Okay. Melodee is described as being around 4'6" tall, 60 pounds, with brown curly hair and brown eyes, according to the sheriff's office. The FBI is now involved in the case, and the sheriff's office is urging anyone with information to contact investigators through any of the following options. You can call the detectives line at 805-681-4150, leave an anonymous tip at 805-681-4171, or leave online tips at www.sbsheriff.org/home/anonymous-tip/. All right, let's ask Uncle Google. What are we going to ask? Hold on just a minute. So I just simply asked, is it common to be released with an ankle monitor for a violent felony in California? And it says it's not common. In California, it's not common for individuals to be released with an ankle monitor for a violent felony. I thought they said violent felony, but I'm not 100% on that. So we need to make sure it was a violent felony and not just a felony. There's turkeys out here too. The wild turkeys are pretty cool. The use of ankle monitors is typically reserved for less serious crimes such as nonviolent offenses. Violent felonies are generally considered more serious offenses and are more likely to be sentenced to incarceration rather than the alternative measures like house arrest or electronic monitoring. The decision to use ankle monitors for violent felonies is made by the court based on various factors, including the individual's criminal history, the nature of the offense, and the risk of flight or reoffending. I feel like there would be a flight risk for her. Let's just try felonies. For a felony, it's not uncommon. All right, so let's pull up another page. I asked if Ashlee Buzzard was charged with a violent felony. It says Ashlee Buzzard has been charged with one count of felony false imprisonment, which occurred on November 6th in Lampeque, California. The charge is unrelated. So, felony false imprisonment. Now let's go back. My computer's going crazy. All right, let's go back to the first one for. Stop it. Don't be stupid. I'll have to do it this way. For felony false imprisonment, it says it's not common. It is not common to be released with an ankle monitor for felony false imprisonment. The use of ankle monitors for a felony. Oh, hold on. I forgot to add in California. That might change it. Nope, still not common. The use of ankle monitors for felony false imprisonment in California is not common. While ankle monitors are used as a condition of pretrial release, probation, or parole, they're not typically mandated for felony false imprisonment cases. The decision to require an ankle monitor is based on various factors: criminal history, risk of flight, etc., etc. In cases of felony false imprisonment, the court may consider the severity of the offense and the defendant's history of compliance with previous court dates when determining the need for an ankle monitor. So it did mention pretrial. We're going to ask about pretrial. Because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the correct information. It is common. See how just adding pretrial changed the whole thing? Hey, Shraddha. Rachel said, I think they let her out to see if she would provide more information about where her daughter is. Possibly, but is she going to go to where her daughter is? Percy and Mariel, if you guys are if it looks kind of weird, go to my page and then come over to the main one. Sorry about not checking. Okay. I don't think she's gonna lead them to where where Melodee is, excuse me. It's good to see you, Shraddha. So it says it is common to be released with an ankle monitor for pretrial felony false imprisonment case in California. And it reads, in California, it is common for defendants to be released with an ankle monitor as a condition of pretrial release for felony false imprisonment. The use of ankle monitors is common practice in the state, and they are often used to ensure that defendants remain in compliance with court orders and do not pose a risk to the community. The decision to impose an ankle monitor is based on various factors, including the seriousness of the offense, the defendant's history, and the potential for flight or danger to the community. That flight risk is a big thing for me. I feel like she is a flight risk. California is like their own country. They give too many chances. I agree with that. She probably does have limitations on movement. It does? You're so silly. I'm sorry, Percy. Okay. And then, okay, so that was what I had on that. So since it is common, I mean, I don't know what they need to determine where Melodee is.
Like, I don't like the fact that she's not being held and put on the proper medications to make her understand that nobody is after her. After we heard about her story yesterday where her mother and her were homeless trying to hide from her father, I really feel like she's recreated that scenario in her brain, that she needs to hide Melodee from Melodee's father's side of the family, and they've got to go travel different states, and she's got to hide her. The problem is Ashlee's mother stayed with her, and she's not staying with Melodee, so it is very concerning to me, you know? Okay, cool. I'll definitely check it out. I'll try to share it when I can. All right, now we're going to talk about Jack and Lilly Sullivan. There is a new article out on that today. Kelly said, "Did you see her in court? She looked crazier than a sprayed roach, like Taylor Shabusiness crazy." She did. We brought it up briefly. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So
The
it's only a
mother
2-minute
of
video.
missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard faced a judge for the first time today. Ashlee Buzzard is accused of
Ooh, I
holding
don't like
someone
that.
against their
It's cut
will,
off
a charge not
on
directly
the
connected to her daughter's disappearance.
up and down
But as
stream.
CBS LA's Hunter Sowards reports, the victim says the crime happened as he was searching for Melodee.
That's true.
Yeah, guys, yet another twist in this case.
I
Ashlee
agree.
Buzzard pleaded not guilty to that false imprisonment charge today. We learned some new information, though, about
Pretty
the
much,
victim, who
Shraddha.
says he was helping Ashlee look for Melodee when things took a scary turn. Inside a Santa Maria courtroom Wednesday, with noticeably shorter hair, Ashlee Buzzard looked much different than in security footage from over a month ago, the last time her daughter was seen alive.
I would have never recognized her. I'm honest to God, the truth. Did you recognize him?
Melodee's paternal grandmother speaking outside the courthouse.
No.
So that's what she looked like in court. And her grandmother on her father's side said that she didn't recognize her at all. I wonder why. I mean, I guess because of her mental breakdown and she's changed her appearance so drastically, but that's definitely weird. I read she has 72 hours to produce her. I haven't seen any documentation of that though. Interesting. I think she does, but I think it's because of the stress. I think it's because she's beyond stressed out. Because in her mind, everybody is after her child and she's trying to do the right thing and protect her child. Fortunately, that's probably not really what's going on.
Hair, you know, all the time I knew her hair was all the way here and curly, curly, curly.
The court hearing comes days after Ashlee was arrested outside of her home, accused of holding a man against his will. That man, Tyler Brewer, is seen here in a previous interview with news station KEYT. He says the incident happened after he reached out to Ashlee, asking if she needed help finding Melodee. In early November, he says he went to Ashlee's house where they talked about that cross-country road trip. During that trip, Ashlee is accused of disguising her daughter in wigs, renting a car, and switching out license plates during the over 1,000-mile journey. Ashlee eventually returned to California without her daughter. When Brewer asked Ashlee about a specific stop along the route, he told law enforcement her demeanor immediately changed. He says she repeatedly began asking, quote, "How do you know I left her there?" And then allegedly locked and blocked the door, stopping him from leaving. When he escaped.
Okay, so he asked about a specific stop along the route. This is new information. The stop along the route that he asked for more than likely is going to be the stop about where they stopped at the Utah-Colorado border. Hey, Lala, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So she's alleging that she left Melodee at the Utah-Colorado border wherever they stopped at. the last time that Melodee is seen with her, because I'm assuming he only has the information that we've been given, which was that, again, Melodee is last seen at the Colorado-Utah border. I backed it up.
Returned to California without her daughter. When Brewer asked Ashlee about a specific stop along the route, he told law enforcement her demeanor immediately changed. He says she repeatedly began asking, quote, "How do you know I left her there?" And then allegedly locked and blocked the door, stopping him from leaving. When he escaped, he immediately reported the incident to law enforcement.
I'm here for my granddaughter. What's going to happen?
Loved ones continue to plead for answers on Melodee's whereabouts, with her mother released on house arrest and due back in court next week. The victim of that false imprisonment charge says he is working very closely with law enforcement. He did not want to reveal the exact location that he brought up to Ashlee that made her so upset during that conversation, because he wants to.
Okay, but unless he's got access to documentation that we don't have, then it's got to be just asking why they stopped at, I think they said in the beginning it was a gas station at the Colorado-Utah border. Unless, because he's a paralegal, he has access to information we do not. But it would be that stop, because that was all that was put out. They said that she goes there and then Melodee is last seen close to the Colorado-Utah border. So that's got to be what he said, close to the Colorado-Utah border, unless he knows the exact location. Oh, Lala. Yeah, Lala is vertical chat. Lala, I appreciate you coming by. If you want to, you can come over to the other chat through my channel page. All they got to do is get the rental and get the brain out of the rental, and it'll tell every stop she made. I don't know why the FBI didn't do this yet. Yeah, the GPS tracker. They probably have, if I had to guess.
Protect the integrity of this ongoing search for Melodee. Ashlee, in the meantime, is due back in court next Wednesday. Reporting here in the studio, we'll send things back to you.
Okay, so she's probably. Oh, hold on. Now we can hear what they say. Sorry, I'm not up there.
On behalf of the Vaughan, Ms. Lockie, on behalf of the people. Mr. Galvan.
Your Honor, Ms. Buzzard waives formal reading and advisement of the complaint. We're entering a not guilty plea with no time waiver. We're requesting an assignment as quickly as possible.
Okay, we'll have your assignment in one moment. Not guilty plea is entered. Special allegations are deemed denied. The court has relation of the parties. Mr. Galvan, would you like to be heard as to your defendant's facts?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I've read the pretrial service report. I have also read the discovery that's been provided in this case. We're requesting that Ashlee be released, either OR or supervisor. She is not a flight risk. And the allegation in this case is non-serious, non-violence. And you can fashion terms and conditions of release that can serve public safety concerns and return Ashlee to court at any time that your honor orders.
So it was a nonviolent felony, and because he says she's not a flight risk, and because her criminal record is not extensive, then they're trying to get her released on before it actually goes to court. I think she is a flight risk personally. That's just my personal thought. Hey, Holly, at Sam's Club. Woohoo, that's awesome. What the fuck is going on? Oh, confused by my other live. Yeah. It's in, I think everybody's made their way over here by now. It's just, I was trying it for today. I probably won't do it again. There's two lives. The normal one we are used to. The other one is like a reel almost, but a live. So the whole video covers the whole screen and the chat is over that video. Yeah, pretty much. It's the vertical one. You're supposed to get more people like more people broaden your subscriber base. But I'm probably not going to do it again. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations on that, Holly.
Miss Buzzard has been notably uncooperative with law enforcement and child welfare services.
Following first, ma'am, good morning. Ma'am, you are ordered to have no contact with Tyler S. Brewer. I'm not sure I've ever seen a 236 with a 0 with a probation override, and I'm not sure where that comes from.
I'm sorry, may I be heard as to the co-workers?
Sure.
I'm also requesting that she be subject to search and seizure. This case did involve the use of a box cutter.
Let's see. Report to law folks?
Please.
Yes, report.
They put that up over it.
Thank you all.
So the district attorney did not want her released because her daughter is missing and she's been uncooperative with police, and they wanted her to have to submit to search and seizure because she did use a box cutter, which makes it violent. So I think the DA was trying to get them to maybe keep her in jail so that they could question her more, but the judge wasn't having none of that. Hey, Edith. Good to see you. Oh, okay. So that was the update on that. I think that's all of it. Almost. Yep.
The mother of missing.
That was her court appearance. Interesting. I still, like I said, don't think she should have been released at all. She needs to be kept, in my opinion, so that they can get her on the proper medication and get her to admit where her daughter was. Miss King, of anything, that's a good question. I don't think she would have cooperated. And then I think they should have put her back in jail. And then maybe after a couple of days, depending on if she's been there or not before, maybe she would have cooperated. I don't know. Maybe he's not supposed to ask her about that because it's not related. She does look bad. She does. Okay, so we're going to talk about an update on the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case. I don't know what medication she's supposed to be on. They didn't say. Her mother said she does have mental health disorders, but we don't know what kind, which it looked like she was on some type of mood stabilizer, because when they showed the video yesterday of her with Melodee a couple of years back, she appeared to be a lot heavier than she is now. And I know when I was on mood stabilizers, it made me gain weight, like hella weight. She should have at least been evaluated. I agree. And I feel like that was their only opportunity until at least next Wednesday to have her evaluated and reassess the situation. And they didn't do anything. Hey, AM, good to see you, love. Thank you for being here. Okay. So there is a new article that came out on the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case, and I want to talk to you guys about that. So the article reads, Nova Scotia missing kids volunteers to focus search on the riverbanks for Lilly and Jack. So there appears to be a video about it. Of course, they got to have an ad first. Well, that's an adorable little bug. Now it's in the house. We need some immune gummies that are elderberry, or you could grow an elderberry tree. That's what I do.
6 months since It's been more than 6 months since Lilly and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station. But now, a renewed search led by a group from Ontario is set to
Yes.
take place this weekend, with an
Me
emphasis
too.
on the banks along the middle river of Pictou.
I think that if those children wound up in the middle river of Pictou, that there's a high possibility we locate them on Saturday.
Oldreeve says about 40 residents are volunteering with the search, covering a vast area surrounding the river, which he says is right across the road from the children's home. He says water levels have changed in recent months, and that's why certain areas need to be revisited.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a great idea, and I'm glad that they are going to search, and I hope they find something. 6 months. That's a long time for them babies to be missing.
They were underwater at the time of the initial searching along that river, they would have surfaced and they would have gone down river a bit of ways that we're going to cover off. So it's not so much that it's a tactic they haven't used, it's maybe a tactic that they haven't revisited since that initial time. And so that's what we're doing.
The siblings were reported missing on May 2nd, prompting lengthy search and rescue operations throughout a densely wooded area surrounding their home. In September, RCMP cadaver dogs completed a 40-kilometer search in the highest probability areas near the home, but nothing was found. The area's counselor says he welcomes this latest search effort.
I mean, the RCMP have done everything they can here, and the search and rescue have done a tremendous job, and they just couldn't find them. But if we can get other searchers coming in and, whether they find them or not, I don't know, but at least they're trying.
In October, police...
And that's what's important. I think we need to keep trying until they... Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't see it. Yep, now I see it, that you sent a happy poop. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was so very sweet of you. I appreciate it. I think that it is important to revisit and research these things until we find something. Are you familiar with arnica? Yes. Do you know if it really works? I sprained my wrist a few weeks ago falling in the parking lot, and I want to get some for the pain. Figured you would know. Yeah, I use comfrey for like sprains and like if you break your toe, I would use comfrey and red pepper flakes. But arnica is good too. I'm sorry that happened to you, Kelly. Yeah, she sent me a happy poop in the vertical stream, which was cool. I hope that they're not deceased. However, if they are located during the search, it will bring closure to the case. I think the RCMP have done the best that they can, although I'm not real happy with how long it took to check cameras in the area and things like that. I think we could have done better than that. I hope they learned from that. But I'm not necessarily, I almost said excited, and it's not necessarily excited. I feel like we need to be searching and seeing what we can find. I would like if they would search to where the river lets out, especially with it having been 6 months. But maybe.
He said they're continuing to go through forensic testing and more than 860 tips, along with more than 8,000 video files. The group's search will go from sunup to sundown on Saturday, with the possibility of carrying into Sunday if necessary.
We're going to do the best we can to locate these kids.
Mitchell Bailey, Global News, Halifax.
So it reads, dozens of volunteers will be out searching this weekend for Lilly and Jack Sullivan in hopes they'll find clues about the Nova Scotia siblings more than 6 months after their disappearance. The renewed search in Pictou County is being led by the Ontario-based non-for-profit group Bring Me Home. The group's co-founder, Nick Olderveer, says the renewed efforts will focus on the banks along the Middle River. Quote, I think if the children wound up in the Middle River of Pictou, then there's a high probability we can locate them on Saturday. He said, we are going to do the best we can to locate these kids. Lilly and Jack, who were 6 and 4 at the time, were reported missing on May 2nd from their home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. The children's family has said the siblings wandered away that morning from the home, which is situated in a heavily wooded area. In September, 2 RCMP police dogs specifically trained in human remains detection were brought in to search the 40-kilometer area near the children's home. And the RCMP later said those dogs did not find any remains. He said, Overdiri said about 40 local residents are volunteering with the search this Saturday, covering a vast area directly across the road from the children's home. The search will begin at dawn and last until dusk, with the possibility of carrying into Sunday if necessary. He points out water levels have changed in recent months, and that's why he believes certain areas need to be revisited. If they were underwater at the time of the initial search along that river, then they would have surfaced and they would have gone downriver a bit, he said. It's not so much that it's a tactic referencing previous searchers haven't used. It's maybe a tactic they haven't revisited since that initial time. The area's counselor said he welcomes the latest search effort. Quote, the RCMP have done everything they can here, and the search and rescue have done a tremendous job. They just couldn't find them, he said. But if we can get our other searchers coming out, and whether they find them or not, I don't know, but at least they're trying. A vigil marking Jack's 5th birthday last month, the children's stepfathers at a vigil, marking Jack's 5th birthday last month, the children's stepfather said he no longer believes the siblings are in the woods. Quote, I believe at this point in the case, they're not in the woods and they didn't wander into the woods, Daniel told Global News on October 29th. Speculations run wild, but I'd like everybody to know that I'm working with the RCMP Major Crime Unit almost every day, just trying to figure stuff out. Please Bring Me Home recently released a statement from the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, and she wrote, I will never stop searching for my children until they are found and brought home safe and sound. Someone somewhere knows something, so please bring my babies home. The day they are found will be so emotional. Relieved and happy for them to be at peace and laid to rest, but so sad and devastating for them and their suffering. You know, I hope they're not found, but the thing about it is if they are found in that river and they have been deceased the whole time, at least we know they're not being trafficked. Do you know what I mean? I hope to God that they're alive and they're safe somewhere. But like, if they're not located in that river, what is the other option? I mean, I would think if one of the parents took them somewhere, we would know that by now, right? So the other option would be child trafficking. And it would be good to know that they weren't being trafficked, if that makes any sense. Yeah, no doubt, Kelly. Yep. Not even one of them has been located. I would say if they were harmed, the person might have separated their bodies instead of having them together. Me thinking out loud, it's a possibility. She's sleeping in. Please send her healing thoughts. I hope she feels better. I'm sorry she's not feeling good. Poor thing. Y'all, please pray for everybody that's going through all the things right now. That's horrible. Sorry. In a statement to Global News on Thursday, Nova Scotia RCMP said their investigative teams remain fully committed to determining the circumstances surrounding Lilly and Jack's disappearance. They added they received and followed up on more than 960 tips, reviewed over 8,000 video files, and conducted 80 formal interviews. We would welcome any findings from the Please Bring Me Home group, the statement said. I don't know what to think about that case. I know. Of course, I hope that Hannah gets to feeling better, poor thing. That's awful. All right. It is. Like I said, the one good thing that would come from that is Miss King of Anything. Thank you for the basil emoji. The good thing would be locating them, but in a way, I hope that I don't know. I don't know where I stand at. I also feel like if they're found alive, imagine the life they will return to and the abuse and stuff. Hopefully, if they are found alive and returned home, things will have changed from what they were. And I think hopefully they would have at that point. All right. So we're going to get back into what we were talking about yesterday, which was interview with Brandon and an interview with Stacey. I don't think they were really abused either. I don't know. The CPS shit with the school is questionable, but I don't know. I'm going to take this back to 2931. We were watching the interview that JLR did with Brandon, who was in the house, Brandon Shirtlift, who was located in the house, or who was in the house per the probable cause affidavit. Okay. Brandon Shirtlift is alleged to have been there, and they are alleged to have duct taped Michael Monkey Vaughan and put him in a duffel bag, and then Stacey, Brandon, and Sarah took the duffel bag containing Michael Monkey Vaughan to Brandon's mother's house. Brandon put him in a spare room in his mother's house, and then they towed his vehicle back to Stacey and Sarah's house. And then the next day, they go back to Brandon's mother's house in Kuna and picked up Michael Monkey Vaughan's body. So he is alleged to have played a role in this. I actually saw something yesterday that I wanted to share with y'all because it kind of broke it down a little bit and gave more sense, made things make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to pull that up real quick and share that with y'all, and then we'll get right back into this. I think I saw it right after the live yesterday. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be from I know you can't see it. This is from a channel called Monkey's Army. And I just dropped their link. Tom, I hope you enjoy your lunch. Mahi fish tacos today. We caught them a couple hours ago. That's awesome. Super, super awesome. That sounds great. So this video is going to talk specifically about Brandon. It'll give you more of an idea on Brandon and everything going on there. It was made one day ago.
Hey Brandon, you missed me? I have a question for you, now that we have some facts. You, Adrian, Sarah, entered the neighborhood on 8th Street at 5:08 p.m. on July 27th, 2021. You left the neighborhood at 5:12. And then you re-enter the neighborhood on 8th Street, passing CCTV footage at 5:56 p.m.
Okay, so they talked about how Sarah had said that, Stacey had said they left at 5 o'clock. He sticks with the story. They left at 5 o'clock and weren't even there at 6. This is saying that they did leave at 5 o'clock, 5:08, and then came back. They left at 5:12, but then they came back at 5:56.
Then, immediately following that, you were seen walking in the area of Three Rivers Way, address the area, at 6:08 p.m. So you guys return in the vehicle at 5:56, and then all of a sudden, you go home real fast to decide you need to go for a walk at 6:08. Then you're seen at the splash pad at 6:18, and then you're seen at the back end of the splash pad, almost as if you just made a whole circle at 6:28 p.m.
Okay, so again, 6:08, he's right here. They had just gotten back, and like the guy says, you decided you needed to go for a walk right after you got back. Like, it's not to go smoke a cigarette or something like that. I mean, God knows they were probably doing everything under the sun in that house. And so he's here at 6:08, and then he's over here by the splash pad at 6:18. 6:28, he's up here, and it's between 6:30 and 6:45 that Michael Monkey Vaughan goes missing, as far as we know. Rhonda said these fools didn't know they were on ring cam like 7 times in the neighborhood, and it's going to show part of that. I had never seen that before. Oh, okay. Well, you do what you got to do, Karen. You're fine, sweetheart.
Ironically, at the same time that now missing Michael Vaughan was out around the neighborhood, including on Arizona, where you would have seen him from 8th Street. And then all of a sudden you go back home and you guys all decide, we need to go tow a car that could have been towed anytime prior to this. But no, you guys need to go tow a car immediately, right? So you guys leave the neighborhood at 7:08 p.m. Not 3, not 4, not 5, not even 6 o'clock, like Stacey's trying to say in all of his interviews. No, 7:08 p.m.
So again, Michael Monkey Vaughan, 7:08 is right after, or right before, I think his dad realizes he's missing. And why are they towing this car at this time on this day, when the car could have been towed at any point in time? I mean, I have the same questions.
So let me ask you again, Brandon, what were you doing from roughly 6:05 p.m. The first time you're caught on camera, 6:08 to 6:18 to 6:28, basically making a lap around the neighborhood.
So that allegedly is him making this lap around the neighborhood where he's caught on the ring cameras right before Michael Monkey Vaughan goes missing.
When Michael Vaughan was in the same area, and then all of a sudden he turns up missing. What about the tricycle? That's another question I have for you, Brandon. The tricycle.
So this is he caught on to the same thing I've been saying. The tricycle is weird for me, and I feel like they told Michael, "Hey, you can come play with our tricycle. Just make sure you bring it back." And so he went and played with it, and then went to take it back and was snatched. Like it was used to lure him, basically.
Was in the garage prior to Michael's abduction. So how, according to Dorothy, did Michael end up on the tricycle that was in your guys' garage, and then that same tricycle later get ditched into some bushes? It wasn't used to lure him, was it? That would have been a horrible idea, right? I have questions, Brandon, and the questions really are not going away until we get some answers. Here's another one for you, Brandon, since your friends already ratted on you about this. Why'd you get out of the truck just prior to 7:08 when you guys were leaving the neighborhood? Why did you get out? What were you looking at in the bed of the truck? What were you checking on?
Now, I would like to know if they have him looking in the bed of the truck when they left the neighborhood, or if they just know that they got out of the vehicle. I believe Brandon said he was looking for a missing child. One problem, Brandon, he wasn't reported missing yet. Yep, that's what the probable cause affidavit says. Somewhere in here. Yeah, it says in here specifically that he claimed to have been looking for a missing child, Michael Monkey Vaughan. And Michael Monkey Vaughan, they would not have, he had not been reported missing at the time that he claims that they were looking for him. So with that, we'll go ahead and jump back into this interview with JLR Investigates from 2 years ago, where Brandon is in a hot tub. Now, Stacey is a horrible liar, and we'll finish that interview as well. Remember, we started with Stacey's. Stacey referenced this interview, or the Crime Lies and Lines referenced this interview and asked him what he thought about this interview. And that's kind of where we left off, because I felt like we needed to watch this interview to understand what Stacey was being asked about specifically. So we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Rhonda said he was looking for power steering fluid in the back of the truck. That's what he said, but he was checking on Michael. Okay, because they do reference in the probable cause affidavit that they gave 2 reasons. One was to put the address in the GPS, and the other was to put power steering fluid in the vehicle. So he is seen looking in the back of the truck, but he says it's for power steering fluid. Got it. Thank you for that. So Brandon in this interview appears to be making eye contact and all of that, but I think he's just a more methodical liar than Stacey is.
Or a mediator. Was he ever did you ever see him do any violence?
No.
I think they're talking about Stacey right now. Was Stacey ever violent?
He pretended to try to be a tough guy, try to do that kind of stuff, but he never did it when I was around.
He's a pretty big dude.
He's a heavy feller. He's like 450, 500 pounds.
So, I mean, if you see him walk, does he get tired when he walks a short distance?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's interesting. So because he's left alone, you guys are out. Michael Vaughan goes missing around, we'll say 7 p.m. And, what happened? Where was Starkey? Where was Carson Starkey?
He is right now.
I think he was driving for another company at that time because he was mad at Sarah and Stacey because they were kind of trying to give him a little bit of bluff or a little bit of grief. And he was like, you know what?
I don't know who this person is next door, but evidently they had big lights on their truck.
I can go work somewhere else or be part of somebody else. I don't have to sit here and take your guys' nonsense.
So, interesting. What about the Cesar Garudo? What's the deal with him? Is he involved? Could he be involved? Was he around their house?
I know that he went to their house like one time. Other than that, me and Stacey went to his house one time, and he had a couple other friends over there, and they were just kind of hanging out and chilling with a couple other people.
But Cesar was not around the house the time Michael went missing.
As best as I know, yeah, that's true.
As best as I know, yeah, that's true. I don't like the way he says things. Karen said, why would they need to put the address in GPS when Brandon should know where his mother lives? Great question.
Interesting. So you never seen Michael. Have you ever hear Sarah or Stacey talk about the Vaughns or mention the Vaughns or say anything?
Never once. Not even. The only time I heard them ever mention the Vaughns is when they stopped the car that day and they said, hey, there's somebody that's missing in the neighborhood. His name's Michael Vaughan. Do you guys know him or know where he went? That was the first time that came up to my attention. And then as far as I know, they both said, no, we don't know where he's at. Let's go help look for him from that point.
Interesting. Yeah. Man, I'm so scatterbrained here because it's just a mystery. It's a mystery.
It is. That's all it is right now at this point. Yeah.
But you're assuring, like, if the Vaughns were watching right now, what would you say?
Okay. Right there, he said, JLR says it's such a mystery. And he's like, yep, that's all it is right now at this point. Like he's trying to convince himself or overly convince somebody else. Like he's very nervous about it. I just caught that just now. I'm going to back it up just a little bit so y'all can hear that again. Listen to the way he reiterates that it's a mystery, almost like he's nervous. Like, yep, you need to think it's a mystery. We all need to think it's a mystery. Just think it's a mystery.
Time that came up to my attention. And then as far as I know, they both said, no, we don't know where he's at. Let's go help look for him from that point.
Interesting. Yeah.
So
man, I'm so scatterbrained here because it's just a mystery. It's a mystery.
It is. That's all it is right now at this point. Yeah.
But you're
it's like, I don't know. Are you trying to convince us?
assuring, like, if the Vaughns were watching right now, what would you say to Michael Vaughan's family?
You think it's more obvious?
I would say, don't lose hope. Keep your head up, keep your chin up, and know that he might still be out there somewhere because they never brought him into their house when I was there, not once. No little kids ever even came into that house, and I was there like a good majority of the time running a taxi business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the people.
He seems convincing to me. Like it's not quite as obvious to me. And then you got to think about, I mean, to look at it from both sides, like I tend to do with all the situations. Could these people that don't, none of them seem very bright. I mean, this woman's like having relations with everybody in the whole fucking house and shit. Like, could people that are not this smart get away with a crime like this? I mean, I have to ask. Now, it took them a while to know, like, search the yard for the body. The dogs did hit on their house. They did hit on the backyard. I mean, they could be stupid enough to think that they were going to traffic him and get $10,000 a piece. But, like, to hide a crime to this extent and the body never be found? I don't know if it is true. I think it's more dumb luck and, like, that Sarah being out of her head and Sarah having moved the body while Stacey was in jail, as opposed to them having committed the perfect homicide, if that makes any sense. Holly Bones said, I'm gonna have to go back and read about this case. I don't pay attention well, and I come in late a lot. I'm confused. Is it one kid missing? What was the court appearance lady? No, court appearance lady was Melodee Buzzard. This is Michael Monkey Vaughan, who's been missing for 5 years, and they just arrested Stacey and Sarah on the case. If you go watch yesterday's live, it goes over this more.
People that I knew that was there, they seemed like they were all right, decent people that weren't trying to do that. They were just trying to have normal, everyday lives, you know?
So, what's your family think about what's going on? Did you tell them?
Of course, Holly.
Yeah, I told them. The police and the detectives and everything, they've been at my mom's house since I've been gone, doing like siding in Montana and stuff, trying to pay bills, and they're beside themselves and just scared and freaking out. Don't know what's happening, what's going on.
So, do you feel like the
You're welcome, Holly.
detectives think you're involved, or they just want to ask you more about the Wondras? What is the detectives' reasons of coming to you?
I think they want to find out more about like the Wondras and their lifestyle, of how they are and what they do. And I'm probably the best guy to ask because I was there around them the most at that time.
Did you feel detectives think you did something, or was it, were they hard on you and questioning? Were they making you feel like you're guilty of something?
Well, they were pretty stern. They wanted to get to the bottom of it, and they kind of interrogated me, and they were pretty rough and aggressive with it. And I said, "Listen, guys, I didn't do it at all. And if they're saying that this happened and that they did it, they know more about it than I did, because when I was around them, they didn't act that way." So they're like, "Okay."
Okay, but at this point, keep in mind they didn't even search the backyard until November, from what I understand. If I have it wrong, please correct me. So they're feeling like they've got away with it this whole entire time, and unless they confess to what happened, the police are more than likely going to let them go, even though they suspect them of committing the crime because they don't have Michael's body, and they're driving all over hell and half of Georgia. So we don't know where Michael, I mean, there's a number of places his body could be, or it could have been moved to. Opal, good to see you. And thank you for being here. Opal says justice for Michael Vaughan. It broke my heart to hear that there was a stuffed green monkey in the backyard, and to know that was his nickname. Like the dog found part of the ear of what they said could have allegedly been a monkey or something like that. I cried. That hurt my feelings. I hope his family gets the justice they deserve and that they can lay him to rest finally. See, I can't see that he's lying that much. So that's why I'm kind of like, he's a good liar in my opinion, but y'all might be seeing straight through it. Maybe I'm just naive. Thank you, Mustang. I hope he does. I hope his family can finally
And then from there,
lay him
it's
to
just
rest.
been kind of like, they hit me hard, and I told them everything I know, and then it's been a standstill, and we're just trying to see like who all was even at that point in time in history.
So you're not nervous at all? Are you nervous about being arrested at all, or anything?
Yeah, that definitely crosses my mind every day, and I know that if I go back to Idaho, I'll be arrested immediately, and they're going to talk about me about my marijuana charges, probably do 20-30 days in jail myself if I go back, and then from there.
So you have pending charges in Idaho?
Yeah, I have pending charges in Idaho.
So that means basically he's got a warrant for his arrest on marijuana in Idaho, but he knows they won't extradite him for the little bit of marijuana. They don't extradite for misdemeanor charges. But his fear is that if he goes back to Idaho, they will pick him up on that charge, keep him in jail, and basically try to question him or keep him there and charge him with the crime. Opal said, this case shatters my soul. He didn't even know that monsters exist. I know. It's really sad. Rhonda said, TikTok, Brandon, your time is running out. Mustang said to me, that's why he's chugging the beer, but I'm no expert. He could be. It could very well be that he's getting drunk so that it looks like he's telling the truth, or it makes him his inhibitions lowered. Brandon is a career criminal, so he's used to lying. He's doing 30 days right now on probation violation. Interesting.
From probation and like possession of marijuana, and that's what I was in trouble with those guys for before.
I appreciate your honesty with that. Appreciate your honesty. Yeah. So you're not going to go back there and try to settle it, or do you think they're going to extradite you, try to scoop you up there where you're at?
I think for now it's just a basis of I need to get back to work and get some money because I still owe them money on those charges.
Yeah.
So I kind of just came here trying to get to work because the other people I was working for, it was hard to get paid and pay all my bills on time. So I'm just trying to find a solution to make it peaceful for everyone and kind of find out what's going on here and get to the bottom of it. That's what's on my mind right now.
Did detectives ask you about any other names besides the Wondras? They say any names?
The biggest names that are coming up right now on this is Stacey, Sarah, Adrian, that Garudo. Yeah.
So the the Adrian Garudo is a different Adrian than what was in the house. I was about to say when he said all that, oh, everybody else in the house except you. Never mind that you were having relations with Sarah to try to make a baby. Okay.
Caesar Garudo and me, and I think that's it from that very day.
No mention of Starkeys.
The Starkeys, I know that they had previous charges from stuff, whatever they did in their life before. I don't even know. But yeah, they said that they went to their house and asked them. They asked Mr. Carson Starkey and his mother that was hanging out there, and they questioned Dorothy, his ex-wife, that she can't really hear that good. She has to write everything down on paper and what she heard or seen or knows or anything like that. So I know that they've been there. I know they dug up the yard, and it's a big case, big thing here.
So you've been so now you've been Googling around following this case?
Yeah, and yes, sir. And then I seen your YouTube that you put out this morning, you know what I mean? And my picture right next to those guys, and that's when it really started to hit home. And I was like, I got to find everything I can do to help. I don't even care about me and my freedom anymore. I need to figure out what's going on here and stop.
Where is it?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
You don't care about your freedom. You got to figure out, stop it.
The lying and bring the truth to everything that I can.
Stop it.
Yeah. Do you think, based off what you've been seeing, do you think any of the Vaughns are involved?
At first, my very first thought on all that, I thought, well, maybe just the mom and the dad got in a fight about custody, because I got in a fight with my ex before about custody, and I know how that can go. So I thought it was just kind of like one of those things from the beginning, just who gets who, and maybe the dad came and got the kid and took him to his house, and the mom got all mad and called the cops, and that's what I thought it was from the very beginning.
Yeah.
As Mustang pointed out, if he didn't care about his freedom, he'd turn himself in, even on just the marijuana charge,
And then my second thought from there is that he might have went missing. He might have went out from his neighborhood because he was trying to go play with other kids like that, his age, and he might have got out in that field and went too far down. There's that Snake River right there by the Ontario-Idaho border right there. So I said, I hope he didn't fall in there and didn't know how to swim, or if he swam to the other side and got lost, or who found him, or what, because there's a million.
Okay, but that seems like scenarios that y'all went over in your head to explain where he could have went, even though you know what happened. Like that, those are things that you can make up and say, well, maybe people will think that, somebody else got him or he fell in the river or things like that. Like they would have found him, even if it was on the border. I'm sure they have agencies from both states working together, including the FBI, to find him.
Bazillion possibilities that could happen right here.
Yeah.
That's what you told
inside
yourself.
the Wondra house, what does it look like inside there?
It's just a regular, like, double wide kind of a trailer house. It's not a double wide, but it's a manufactured stick built home. Just a regular 1, 2, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and a garage house.
Do they have a basement?
And they have a crawl space under there in their master bedroom. You walk in their master bedroom, take a right, and there's like this little crawl space right there. And I know that was open one day, and I went in there and looked, and there was like some kind of one of their cats that got down in there and pissed everywhere.
Oh, really? Why were you looking down there?
Because
to try to find a place to hide up. Kim, good to see you. I think you're in the vertical chat. If you come to my page and click on the other live, you'll be where everybody else is. Opal said, I worry that the mention of the river may have some truth to it, but not how he describes it. I wonder if they considered it. That's a good point. Probably. I know. I think because the dogs hit on the backyard that he was at one point in that backyard. But I think Sarah took him somewhere. I mean, but again, they're driving all over the damn place. They showed a dirt road yesterday. Um, there's no telling.
It was open.
Oh, you were just seeing what it was.
Yeah.
What about an
Well,
attic?
no, the door was open, like they wanted their cats to go down in there or something. Or like that was another. I don't know. I went in their bedroom and looked to the right one day, and that thing was open. Their basement crawl space door.
Where's it at? Their bedroom? Under their bed? Is it noticeable? Is it hidden?
It's kind of, you go in their bedroom and then you go straight into their master bedroom. There's a shower on the left, and then right when you turn to the right, there's just like this little hatch door that opens.
But if someone just you could see the hatch from the wall, or you could tell something's there. I mean, is it hidden?
It's cut into the carpet, so it's like just a big piece of carpet with like a little square kind of cut out on two sides, and then it comes open.
Do they have a?
So that's why they think it would be a basement. Why do we have carpet in the master bedroom? If they put a rock in the duffel bag, it's possible when his body expands, he would float. Possibly, yeah. It is, Abellis.
No, sir, I don't think they do.
Is their house? What at the time you were there? Was it all dirty, messy, clean?
For the most part, it's pretty messy.
No doubt.
I think I saw a photo of you sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, that's pretty much the main spot where I hung out, is just answered phones off the couch and went and drove taxis and went back to the couch, played PS4 and drank some beers and went to bed.
Who else was in that house that you've seen when you were there? Like anyone else that we haven't named that was inside that house ever?
I think there was like...
Look at that thinking man right there. Lord have mercy.
Three or four people at least when I was there that came there. And this one guy, he got in trouble for like a BB gun and some knives or something like that. He went outside the house because him and another person other than Tanner got in a fight with Sarah about staying in the house and God and religion and all that. And he went cruising around the neighborhood and he had like some kind of a knife deal. And he was threatening that if he doesn't get to come back in the house, then he's going to like slice some people up or do this and that.
What's his name?
I'm not quite sure on that. It was just some guy that was kind of walking the streets of Ontario.
And they
brought him home? What the fuck? Ruth Ann, jailer is talking to Brandon Shirtlift from the Michael Monkey Vaughan case 2 years ago.
So they brought him to the house.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he was like a homeless guy in Ontario that they met one day and they just brought him back to his house.
What the fuck?
Interesting. It does seem like it goes into a pattern of them just bringing people off the streets, or, people just, they feel like they want to help and bringing strangers into their home.
Yep.
Yeah. So if something did happen, it happened like that. You know what I mean? Just people that you don't even know who the hell they are or what they're doing or what their motives are. And they just bring them in like their family. You know what I mean?
What were they all like? Would you all eat dinner together? Who cooked? Like, did everybody fend for themselves?
No, Sarah. We'd go out shopping, Sarah and I, and then we'd come home and she'd cook a nice meal for Stacey and I and her and whoever was over there for a guest. That was the usual behavior.
Did Sarah use profanity?
She tried not to, but when she got really super mad, yes, sir, she was good at it.
What would she get mad about?
She'd just get mad about her house not being perfectly clean or things not being the way that she wanted them to be, and just a lot of OCD. She had a lot of OCD and things being just how she left them.
Would she get mad at others or mad at herself?
No, mad at others.
Because like Stacey would leave something out and she would get mad?
Yeah.
So right. So have you seen them arguing with each other?
Yeah, almost every day. She'd go around and he'd be making messes and she'd be cleaning it up and getting after him. trying to whap him with a pot in a pan, just like, you son of a bitch.
Really? We're just smacking each other with pots and pans. Okay. Hey, Stoic, good to see you. And said, ma'am, I didn't do that. I said, honey, this is all you, and pointed to the damage. And they pointed at her car and said, you might want to take a look. So she begins pulling back into the parking spot. What the hell? And says, I'll be back. I'm a door dasher. Like, what the fuck? I said, nope, you leave before we exchange info. You'll get into more trouble. That's insane. Sorry you had to deal with that today. I could see him being convincing too, though, but I think he's been telling tales for a long time. That's what people are saying. Miss King said, is JLR the one that got the camera kicked? Yes. Yep. That's been more recently, though. I think the guy getting pickled in the tub is not super bright and pretty sus. I've met quite a few liars that sound just like this dude. Maybe I'm just convinced. Yeah. Well, at one point I committed some crimes. I wouldn't say I was a criminal or nothing, but maybe I'm just too trusting. He seems to be lying better than Stacey does. Stacey does, though, to be fair. Hey, Kalisa, good to see you, love. Several people have said that Sarah was extremely violent. Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, she's pistol whipping and smacking him in the face with pots and pans. About the time you smack me in the face with a pot or a pan, I'm rolling the fuck out.
Clean your shit up or get gone.
So you've seen her hit him with pots and pans?
Well,
Hold on. Sorry about that.
She didn't actually hit him, but if
Right.
I would have been her, hit him, because sometimes he makes messes and he just don't care, and he's kind of like a little pig in a pig pen, just kind of really sloppy.
Did you ever see her actually hit him or him hit her?
No, they never did that when I was there. They were just like, they just talk back and forth, kind of getting like, oh, I love you, little Boo Bear. I love
Well, then why did you just say they were smacking each other with pots and pans?
you, little Boo Bear, and they'd be back and forth, and they were just like jokesters, kidsters.
Did she actually try to hit on you, or is that true or no?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she liked me. She was trying to get at me pretty good there for a long time, and I said, hey, listen, you're married. You know what I mean? We can't even be on the same couch chilling together doing this and that, and I'm not going to give you and Stacey a kid, and I'm not going to do that. I'll help you guys do taxi, and other than that, I'm going home. And that's what made us mad.
She actually said she wanted.
Now, remember, Stacey said they were having relations several times a day because he was going to give her a kid. So story's not matching already.
You to give them a kid.
Well, she said that before, and like when they were hanging out in Vegas, living in Vegas, that she said that she tried to do that with somebody else before, and they wanted to know if I'd be able to do that for them. And I said, yeah, probably not.
Interesting. What were they doing in Vegas?
I think they just went over there and they had some friends or doing taxis over there.
I think Stacey might have a sister or a relative that lives in Vegas. You know anything about that?
No, sir, not to my knowledge.
So
I know that.
No, go ahead.
I know that they went over there and they did like a long distance taxis. That's like how they made their best money, because instead of like hundreds of dollars, it goes to thousands of dollars. So that's how they make their better money traveling across country.
Yeah, because right after, okay, for one other question about you. So you done no sexual stuff with Sarah ever?
Well, at one time or another, we were just kind of like hanging out, laying on a mattress. She was trying to make out with me, this or that, and kind of like fill me up a little bit. And I said, whoa, slow down. You're already married, So from there,
Okay, nope. Here it is.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
We're gonna put that screeching motherfucking halt. We're laying on a mattress making out. She's filling him up. Ugh. And he's no, we're gonna stop because you're married. I don't fucking think so. And it was, they wanted me to give them a baby, but I was like, yeah, no, absolutely not. And now it's changed to, oh, we were making out on a mattress. But then I said, well, nope, we're gonna stop. First of all, how many guys have you females ever made out with that you're making out, you might, whatever the fuck's going on, and then they're all of a sudden like, oh, nope, we're going to stop right here, right now. Like, usually it's the female that says that. I'm not trying to be sexist or sound any kind of way right now. I promise you I'm not. But, like, that, no, I don't believe it. Not for one red cent. I do, no, sir. No, sir. Sit the fuck down. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Sit all the way down in that motherfucking hot tub to where your hair on the top of your head is underwater and just stay there for about 20 minutes. I think we'd all be doing better. Okay.
I was about to
So she's doing this while she's playing the God card, religious card.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
why I don't like religion. It puts a bad taste in my mouth and others. It's like you can't do stuff like that if you're gonna pretend like you're holier than thou, you know?
Yeah. Now, do you know anything about their trip to Texas? In like around, I guess, a couple months after Michael Vaughan went missing, they went to Texas.
No, sir. I know nothing about that recent. Now, I do recall them saying something about that previously where Sarah lived in Texas with another man.
Okay.
Now, I don't know nothing about that, but I know it was kind of like not a good deal.
So it's my belief that Sarah was once
You don't know nothing about it yet. You know it's not a good deal.
married prior to Stacey.
Yes,
I believe it was to a last name of a guy named Chambers.
Yep, that might be him.
Ricky Chambers, I believe.
Yep, I think that sounds right.
So he does have ties to Texas and Arkansas and Oregon. So maybe that's why she was there. I don't
Maybe.
know. Did she ever talk about her ex-husband?
She talked about him a couple times about like how she wanted to get out of there, and then he got mad one time and kind of locked her in a room, and they were fighting way back in the day before I knew her. That's all I heard about it.
When and where did Stacey get married to, or Stacey and Sarah get married? Where? When and where?
I think they got married somewhere in Montana, and just like not too much. They were only married for a year or two before I met Stacey. And then after that, he was like, hey, you want to come to my house and hang out and bring the barbecuer in and meet my wife, and we'll have a good time. Like I think his grandpa taught him and instilled like some family values into him. So Stacey's a good guy when he don't lie, but he's got some kind of fetal alcohol syndrome, which prevents him from being normal.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
So what month and year did you meet Stacey?
I probably met him in like 2020 or 2019, something like that, a couple years back. And then I helped him with this. There was this other gentleman, his name was Labor Dave, and he had a.
Okay, before we get into Labor Dave, I get like, it's hard for me to believe that Stacey's like, hey, y'all want to come have a barbecue and hang out and you can meet my wife. And then, it gets to Sarah is having relations with everybody in the whole fucking house. I think it was a lot different. That initial conversation is a lot different. I mean, good question. I don't motherfucking know at this point. Normal to me is setting on the watch. You're so funny. Pot calling the kettle. Yep. So classy, interviewing shirtless and chugging Coors in a fucking hot tub.
Lawn mowing business and furniture moving business, and that's where we met, is when I was a U-Haul driver and I helped go around and move everybody's furniture, me and him.
What
and
town was that in?
That was probably in like Boise, Idaho.
Okay, so you met him in Boise.
Yeah.
According to his court stuff, he got out of jail or prison or jail in May of 2020.
Yep. So right after he got out, just a little bit after he got out, that's when I met him. And I thought he was just a normal person, but comes to find out, the more you hang out with him every day, stuff started to get weird from there.
Like what weird?
I believe
like
that.
Just daily activities and daily behavior. He'd try to be a businessman, but he tried to take on more than he could. He tried to bite off more than he could chew. You know what I'm saying? So he'd try to say, hey, we're going to go out here and we're going to buy this storage shed and we're going to move it all here. And then we'll resell it and we'll make good money and it'll be good for the family. You guys ready to go out and do that? And then when it came time to doing the work, you'd find just me and Sarah trying to scoop things up. And he'd be like, come on, guys. I can't walk around right now because my feet hurt because I'm overweight.
Wow,
And
interesting. Yeah.
he'd make you feel bad for the guy, and then you're like, well, shit, I'll give you a hand.
Okay, fuck that. Not after a couple of times. Not Labor Dave. What? Not Labor Dave.
And then after that, you're just getting looped into one thing and another, and then it's just he just never stops being. He's ambitious, but he can't do that much because he's overweight. So I tried to get him skinnier, and I tried to say, hey, let's go out and get out of the house, get off the couch, quit eating chips. You're going to die soon. You're going to freaking die if you don't quit eating, man. You got to get some exercise or your heart's literally going to stop beating.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. I feel you. I saw, what he looks like and whatnot. What is his habits? Like, what does he like to do for fun?
That's a good thing you bring up there.
Drugs, maybe?
He likes to just watch TV and eat junk food and not really do a whole lot of nothing other than talk on the phone. That's that.
Talk on the phone to who?
Whoever he can find that'll listen to him.
Interesting. Did he have an iPhone or an Android?
I believe that.
He had one of those iPhones, like a iPhone 12, 13, 14. He always loved his little iPhone.
Do you know if he had AT&T, Verizon? What phone network did he say he had?
I think he was with Verizon when he started his new company, and then he went with those guys, and then the bill got up in excess of $15,000-$20,000.
Wow.
And then from there he couldn't pay it, and he said, "Oh no, what do I do? Can you help me with my bills?" And I said, "Well, sure. Let's look at the bill. How big is it?" And you look at it, and it's like 20 grand, and he's just on there buying like new little phones and this and that, and he's always taken on more than he can handle, and that was the biggest issue with me and Stacey.
Yeah. Did he ever talk about kids?
Not really. Not usually. No. That's why this strikes me as strange. The only time that happened is like once or twice during the whole 1 or 2 years that I was there. And he's like, I'd like to have a kid for when I pass away, because it'd make my wife happy. Just like.
I don't believe that. I don't believe this man is going to the splash pad to watch children play, meanwhile not talking about kids. Yeah, 20 grand. I don't even know how that happens on a Verizon bill. Like, I don't even think that's possible.
Like you guys are saying on your video or whatever, that is true. It's confirmed.
So the videos that I've put out that you've seen, what is not true that you've seen that you noticed that with me covering this case, what is not true?
The only thing that like upset me or kind of got to me a little bit is the whole part about me and my Montana friends or whatever. That's Guthrie Builders, and he does a good job. He builds houses and does siding and stuff. And me and him are great friends. We have been for years. But one day he got in a bad situation where someone was trying to take his life too, and he tried to steal one of my pickups that I owned. It was like a 01 Ford or something. And then from there, me and him got mad, but then we kind of put it behind us and we got past it a little bit. But now me and him are best friends, and we wish to build in the future and help the community.
So, it's just thinking about the trafficking scenario, again, biting off more than you can chew. If it's something Stacey did frequently, then did they take Michael to try to do what the Adrian was saying? They would each get a $10,000 cut. I don't know. 12 to 15 and then said 20. Yeah, not in today's world. Yeah, he is getting sluggish and slurring. The interview's almost over with this one. Yeah, it's a lot. Going from 12 to 15 and then 20,000. Yeah, that's a sign of line.
Community out, and I just didn't want something like that coming in between it all.
Understandable. And have you watched my other videos about covering this case?
I don't know. I just seen the one that you put out today, this morning or whatever, and I honestly think it's pretty good. You do a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, I'm still suspect of you, but I still appreciate you speaking, and it puts more like you got nothing to hide, right? You got nothing to hide by sharing all this, because usually the experience with people have done things, unless you're psychotic and you just are guilty and you're just acting like you're not. And
so Adrian does have trafficking charges. I'm going to try to look that up and see if I can find anything while we're listening.
And there's people out there like that, like Chris Watts. There's other cases that, he goes right in front of the cameras and says he didn't do it, whatever. But you're willing to talk. You're willing to share your side. And,
Yes, sir.
People will have a different perspective about this because there's millions of people following this case.
Holy smokes. Yeah, I can only imagine if someone would have took my kid, what it would have done to my heart. You know what I mean? Like, I have a kid of my own and I only have one. She's 10. She's like 5 years older than him. And I got a nephew that's like the same age as him, 5 or 6. And this kid has the same birthday as me, June 24th.
Oh, wow.
So it's not just something that affects me a little bit. It affects me a lot every day. And I think about it and I can't stop thinking about it. So it's like, I need to tell who's lying and who's not. And I think that Stacey is a liar. And he just says stuff to attract attention because he wants to be the cool guy and because he has a low self-esteem because he's a bigger guy. And, I love Stacey, I love Sarah, but I'm not proud about what they've done and what they do. And if they are involved, they need to come forward. And if they're not, we need to find out who really did do this because it's not just something little.
Well said, Brandon. I appreciate the conversation. Let's talk.
Okay, so he says if they are involved, they need to come forward. If they're not, then it's something little. But you were there that whole entire fucking day. So why would you even say that if they are involved, they need to come forward? I mean, that makes me think that you know something and that maybe you're trying to pin something on them that they might not have done.
Again, in the future, I'm going to share what we discussed. I'm going to share this so people can get a perspective of your thoughts and what transpired that day. Maybe people will give feedback with questions, and then I'll be able to follow up with some questions that people ask. I try to think of as many questions as I can ask you, you know what I mean? But I don't know all the questions, or I might have forgot questions, and there might be key points that I missed that someone else might have,
Yes, sir. Yeah,
So-
I understand.
And definitely, if you learn anything or anything, definitely go to the police about it,
Yeah. Right, and I will because, and it's not just like the whole thing of where I'm trying to pay off the police or the police are paying off me. It's just like a real thing that happened that day in that neighborhood, and they want to know what happened. I want to know what happened. You want to know what happened. My whole family. And it's just like, if you guys know something you're not telling me, tell me now. Or,
Holy shit.
we just want answers.
Yeah. Did you see the Vaughns out there looking for Michael that day? He went missing. Did you see?
I think they went out there earlier, but me personally, I've never met him. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Huh. He's out there, seriously doubt he's out there trying to solve the case, right? I don't know if it's actually trafficking, but I know it has something to do with children. I just found one. God dang, that's weird, man. Jeez. Definitely makes me feel uncomfortable. Maybe it's the shirtless blow up tub drinking party. That sure ain't helping the situation. I know that.
All right, brother. Stay safe. Thanks for the conversation. We'll talk again soon.
Okay. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Brandon.
So there you have it, everyone. Brandon Shirtliff. He shares a lot.
Well, boy, JLR back then sure wanted you to know that he was media and press. Although I feel like that could have been made. So this was as of October 3rd of 2025 at 8:47, and I just checked the picture. It appears to be the same dude. His name is Adrian Temple Lucian, and he was arrested by South Bend police on October 3rd of 2025. And the charge was unauthorized entry of a motor vehicle. Defendant enters a motor vehicle knowing he does not have permission from the owner to enter the vehicle. That was in St. Joseph County, Indiana. And that appears to be the same guy. But I don't know how to find his previous charges. So that's definitely interesting. Weapons? No. I would love to know more about that. All right. So now we're going to go over to Stacey's interview and finish going through that. This one is going to be from Lies and Lines and Lies, something to that effect. I'm going to grab her link and share it. So somebody had sent a super chat and asked, had he seen the interview with Brandon on JLR? And Stacey said no, and that's why we went over there. That's quite a name for a trafficking person, shirtless. Yeah, they're saying Adrian, this guy that's on the screen right now, is the one that had charges pertaining to that. But let me grab his name. TEMPLE. 35. Okay. I'll see what I can find while we listen to the interview. I backed it up a little bit. I don't know exactly where we were at.
His vehicle with Oakley, working at Walmart, working graveyard shift, and
Damn.
Victor had drank like 240s. I don't know what.
A little over a year. Right now, I mean, not a year. I'm sorry, 4 years. I think it was almost 5 years. So July 27th of 2021. Yes, July 27th of 2021 is the day that he went missing. Yeah, it's been a while. So what he's talking about right now is they gave Oakley, which was their dog that would allegedly dig holes in the backyard, to a friend who got drunk in the parking lot, was sleeping there, and then somebody else took Oakley home.
They were, I don't really care. Drank two beers that night, the 40-ounce beers. I think they were Steel Reserve or some shit. And then got pretty much drunk. Had let Oakley out to use the bathroom in the Walmart parking lot area, and then passed out drunk. Oakley was then picked up by a random couple, I guess, or people, and was brought to the local humane society as a stray. Victor inquired, I guess, because this is what Victor told me a week or two ago, that he inquired to get Oakley back, but they were going to charge $300, and they wanted a signed form saying that Oakley was given to him by Sarah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it, Rachel.
So that's where the situation with Oakley.
Okay, what did you think about Brandon's interview with JLR?
Oh, as far as the question goes?
Yeah, when he was in the hot tub.
Sorry, my PO texted me. He's very off on his information. There's always two sides to every story. Unfortunately, in this story, there's multiple. Everybody has their own, story. I know for a fact that what I'm telling you is the absolute 100% truth. I don't have a reason to bullshit anybody. I don't have a reason to lie to anybody. I'm on here specifically to clear my name with you guys because I know there's a lot of questions.
Well, and we're getting.
I mean, but everybody seems to be wanting to clear their name. Meanwhile, nobody's clearing their name. That's awful. Poor kid's so young. His poor mother, too. I know she's been fighting really hard this whole time. She has. She really has. What really broke my heart, honestly, I was watching something about, it was kind of drama related, and I'm not going to say the name of the creator out of respect, but this person was really upset about one of their moderators having left, and they called her, and she didn't answer the phone several times. Like, it would go to voicemail several times, and this creator, I'm not going to say who. Please don't say who if you know the story in the chat. She kept calling her. She might allegedly have been intoxicated. I don't know. I don't really care. And even though Michael Monkey Vaughan's mother was not picking up, she kept calling and calling and calling and calling and calling. So finally, Michael Monkey Vaughan's mother picks up and she's like, "It's Monkey Monday." you know, I obviously she's irritated because this person kept calling and calling and calling and calling. And then the creator goes, "Yeah, I know, but," and I was just like, "What? What? This woman whose fucking child is missing didn't answer the phone. She picks up, it's my missing son's Monday, where we try to teach the kids in the family about this brother that they have that's been missing for years, and your response is, I know, but this is happening with me, and this is going on with my moderators." Like, it struck a nerve with me, and it hurt me, and it hurt me for Brandi. So I kinda, I mean, I looked into it a little bit at that point, but I don't have extensive knowledge on the case. He's always picking his nose. No cops, Knoxville police don't respond unless someone doesn't have a license or insurance, or if car is immobile or injury. Really? Insurance companies generate the police report here now. Found that out in June when someone blew a stop sign and hit me. Good gracious, Kim. Good gracious. Yeah, Bellis, it upset me. It hurt my heart for Brandi.
Through them. I mean, one thing I didn't know what to expect when I talked to you because, Brandon kept saying, you have such a slow IQ, and that, I mean, you're basically, you can't even form a sentence, really.
He's retarded. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Don't be trying to offend
I
you.
do not condone that.
Because, I mean, you have a great memory.
I do my best. I mean, yes, I struggle with mental diagnoses. I was born with them, but I've also been in group homes a lot of my life to better myself, to be a better part and functional member in society. So I've overcome a lot of those um, troubles. You know, so that's why I am the way I am today. You know,
Yeah.
uh, but as far as his videos, like there's something off with Brandon. A lot of things are off with him. He's not consistent with his information. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he's deceitful as well. You know,
Okay, so Brandon's deceitful, but you're not. Okay, got it.
In my book, he's a piece of shit. One of the biggest pieces of shits I've ever fucking met in my life.
Well, when did you start thinking that there was something not right with him?
I mean, I always knew he was off, but I didn't know he was that off. You know,
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Stacey's saying that somebody's off in the head and used the R word. Yet he's not off in the head? Make that make sense. Okay.
yeah, I really didn't realize, like, I didn't think of him really the way I do now until after I got out of jail and started watching his fucking videos and, listening to his bullshit fucking non-making sense stories.
Okay, what time do you remember being on Arizona and 8th Street when you were putting power steering fluid? And I'm not a mechanic, as you know. We talked today about my truck.
Man, what? Stop. Skirt. You're talking to him about your vehicle? That's kind of questionable. I hope you didn't get advice from him, honestly. To be fair, again, like I've stated before, it is odd to me that all these people are involved, and yet all of them have kept it a secret for so long, to the extent that Michael's body still hasn't been located. Like, they don't seem that intelligent enough to commit the perfect crime. So would it be because they're that intelligent, or would it be because Sarah is off in the head and not mentally stable? Because people have committed crimes being not mentally stable too, and genuinely don't remember what happened, or are so paranoid that they get away with it. Does that make any sense?
I would say probably early 6 o'clock hour. early 6 o'clock hour, like between 6 and 6:15, easy.
Okay.
And we know that's a lie because they talked about how he's saying everywhere 6 and 6:15, 6 and 6:15. It was 7, close to 7. He doesn't make eye contact with either one of his eyes as respectfully as possible with the camera when he says that either. Like even though there's nobody looking at him directly, he's looking into his camera. It is different because a whole group of people are watching you. It's being live streamed. You know what I mean? So I feel like if he made eye contact, he would feel like he's looking at somebody through the camera psychologically, you know what I mean? And that would make it harder for him to lie, even though he's just looking at his phone, especially for his mentality as respectfully as possible. Psychologically, he would think that he's looking directly at everybody in this live stream, and psychologically, his brain would give signs without him even possibly knowing that he was lying. And I feel like that's why he doesn't look at the camera.
We have a question, and it's your opinion only, or whatever you want to tell us. Do you think Brandon and Sarah, this person said, did it?
I have no response to give. Again, I will not answer a question I do not know the truth to. I'm a very upfront and honest person. I will tell people what I do know. I will answer questions that I can to my best of my abilities, but I'm not going to answer that because I'm not the person that's gonna answer invalid information and then have it be wrong.
So they asked you to speculate, but I respect him not throwing his old lady under the bus. I was wondering if he was going to throw her under the bus. Rachel said, in my opinion, Sarah had to have help to move Monkey when Stacey went to jail. Someone knows where he is. I wonder if it was Brandon, because if her and Brandon were having relations like that several times a day, if that's true, and Brandon I don't know, he seems to be somewhat of a good liar. I feel like maybe Brandon is the one. She's not going to bring someone else new in on it, right? So if she did have somebody to help her move the body, I feel like it would have been Brandon, honestly, while Stacey was in jail. Rachel said, but later you told the Cold Case Foundation that they did do it. Ooh, I'd like to know what date that was. Right. I think it would have to. I genuinely, yeah, she would probably go to Brandon because she's already close to him since they were sleeping together allegedly several times a day. And I'm sorry, Brandon, when you say y'all were making out on a mattress and you're in a fucking room with somebody's wife on a mattress making out, you're not going to stop when that person wants to sleep with you and say, whoa, you're married. Like it's already gone too far at that point. No, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Hio said someone knows. Also my opinion. Oh yeah, let me throw this up. Everything stated here is everybody's opinion. Please do your own research and formulate your own opinions. And again, quickly, this is from Crime Lines and Lies. I did drop her link in the chat. She is in the description box. Please go subscribe to her if you feel so inclined to do so. Give her a thumbs up on this video. Thank you.
So you're saying like around 6 o'clock you were putting the power steering fluid in there. Now you're talking about Victor from Portland. Do you happen to know his last name or what he looks like?
Caratatini. He's Hispanic. I know what he looks like. I even have his phone number. I talked to him. I have it on Messenger. His full name is Hector Luis Caratatini. He's on Messenger. Anybody can find him. Who's calling me from California? Jesus.
Okay. And Rachel said that's around the time that they dug up the backyard. Stacey wanted a deal. Yeah, in the probable cause affidavit, he references wanting the same deal that Sarah got. And that's when he's giving them directions to go dig up the backyard. What he didn't know, and I don't think the detectives knew at the time, was that Sarah was still living there. And that's going to be the interview we get to at some point, which shows him in the Washington County Jail from I can't remember that guy's name. Um, that that video came from the Pearl guy. Um, and anyway, he's the one that got it because it says his name across it. And I've tried a couple of times to get it, and they won't give it to me because they claim it's part of an investigation. I have no idea how he got it, but in that video, that's where we see that he's telling them where to look in the backyard, where to dig, because he wants the same deal that Sarah had, quote unquote. Right, Abraham? Who gives a shit? Just decline the call and continue talking.
I don't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time. Oh, where is it?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, with your
Ain't nobody
taxi
got time for
service, or,
that.
you know, however you
Ain't nobody got time for that.
travel, because I'm not from that area. Did
Mhm.
you go to Portland a lot?
Yes, thank you.
No. Sarah had family that lived in Portland, but
That guy, Clutch to Pearls. Justin got it from Brandi. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Edith said, please pray for me. I have kidney stones again, and they're so painful. God help me. God bless your soul, honey. I'm sorry. If you have access to goldenrod, make you some goldenrod tea and drink that. That might help with the pain. Look up online and see any remedies for kidney stones too. That could help. I mean, even if you've gotten some medication for pain from the doctors, do a natural remedy too, because it's not going to hurt. It'll just help. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Everybody seems to have some shit going on today. I'm sorry, y'all. That's what I was thinking too. Your last name sounds very Italian. Yep, it does.
friends that lived in Portland. That's where she grew up. So we took a Portland trip every now and then, but it was not frequent by any means.
Well, I mean, explain frequent. Because what I call frequent could be like once a month, and some people could call frequent once a day. I don't know.
Oh no, like I mean frequent, like maybe once every 4 or 5 months. Like there was not whenever we could afford it and plan it is when we did it, and that was not very often. Like we probably took a trip to Portland maybe once in a blue moon.
So explain Victor again, and we have his last name. I don't want to give out, you know, he's probably, like you said, he's in some homeless camp or something. So obviously we're not going to, you know, dox him and give out an address. So how, with Sarah's infrequent trips, did she feel so comfortable with Victor that she would give him your dog?
Yeah. Victor was a good dude. I would have been okay with that too. You know, knowing the circumstances, Oakley needed consistency.
It probably is.
I trained and raised Oakley. I mean, she was not brand new to us. She was not a pup when we got her. She was like,
I mean, to be honest, I'm glad that dog was with somebody else and out of your care. Miss King of anything said, if someone has a lazy eye that don't track together, they will at times avoid looking directly at a person or camera due to knowing they have the eye problem. Thank you for that. That could be another reason why he's not. And thank you for pointing that out. I didn't even think about that, so I greatly appreciate it. Of course, my dear, I've got some things going on too, and I actually just went and got my goldenrod tea that I'm drinking right now. So, I'm praying that you feel better, and I'm sorry you're going through that. He does. Tom, I don't know if you were here yesterday, probably not since you're out fishing. They say that he has fetal alcohol syndrome, and he was adopted. Yeah, that's every now and then.
a year and a half old, but I trained that dog everything. You know, her energy level was, you know, that dog was in love with me. You know, I hate to say it, but I love that dog more than I love Sarah.
I saw the pictures. You loved that dog.
That dog was my life. I would die for Oakley. I would die for her. I would literally, if somebody were to shoot her, I would jump in front of that bullet.
Yeah.
So gracious. Why? God, can we get some clothes on these people? Jesus. There's Oakley. If he's saying that he would do that for the dog, it's hard for me to believe that he would hurt a child, but maybe I'm too optimistic. Rachel said these people are just strange. Letting who knows who in your home is bizarre, and trusting people off of Craigslist. It's the worst idea you could ever have. But they're not exactly cognitively there. You know what I mean? God, that dog, and it looks like he's holding her front paws, even though the dog's looking back. I'm sure the dog is not comfortable right now laying on that man's bare chest. Good Lord. Do we not have a headboard either? God, do you see? Look, I as nicely as possible, but God almighty, that arm is like a ham hock, y'all. Just and it ain't muscles. It ain't no muscles.
There's your puppy dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's bigger than
I
my
mean, look
damn
how happy she
thigh.
is. You can see she's
Jesus.
even smiling. Look at that. Like,
Yeah,
how do you
she's
find
smiling.
that in the dog?
Let me hush. People get upset.
Yeah, she's smiling. Now, did Adrian ever go to Portland with you?
No. Nope. Never.
Okay.
I miss that dog so much.
Really?
That girl said if he wants to, he can explain his childhood in group home.
What is Okay, I'm not understanding how that correlates unless we're trying to establish that he had a bad childhood, therefore trauma-related responses make him a bad person. Where are we going with that?
So, my childhood was relatively rough. I was born with
Wow.
fetal alcohol syndrome,
There we go.
which is
So he admitted that he was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. So I think that we can feel pretty confident in saying he more than likely has fetal alcohol syndrome. At least I'm not
I don't
saying
know if
fecal this time like I did last time.
any of y'all know, fetal alcohol syndrome is just it affects your frontal lobe of your brain, specifically on the right side. Frontal fetal alcohol syndrome affects your cognitivity. The way your impulse control, your impulse decisions. I was angry as I didn't start going to group homes until I was 11. I started developing symptoms when I was like 9 or 10, but we couldn't figure it out until after we had me tested by a neuropsychological doctor. I grew up in Montana, just so you guys all know. I'm sure you guys probably know that. But for those of you who don't know,
Is there a lot of snow there? And
oh my god, oh
is
my
there
god,
a lot of big mountains?
yeah, they just got dumped on with snow. I guess what my buddy said. Like he just said they got hammered with snow. Just yesterday and the day before. So yeah, and it gets cold. It gets like negative 29 or negative 35 degrees. It's cold. Cold.
Now, what is the elevation like? Because I mean, I don't know about.
I don't need to know about all that. Tom, he is alleged with a house full of other people to have kidnapped Michael Monkey Vaughan. We went over the probable cause affidavit. Allegedly, his wife brought the child in the house screaming. He said that they then duct taped Michael Monkey Vaughan and put him in a duffel bag that belonged to Brandon, the guy that we just saw who was in the hot tub. And he vomited when he said that, which makes me think that they didn't just duct tape the child that was alive at the time and put him in the duffel bag at that time. I feel like when he's describing that, he's seeing in his head what actually happened. If you think about people vomiting, most of the time it's when somebody dies. I think something bad happened and Michael died, and that's what made him vomit. And he's saying out loud that they just duct taped him, put him in a duffel bag. Then they allegedly put the duffel bag in the back of the trunk, or the bed of the pickup truck, the red GMC. One affidavit says that there was dull screaming coming from the bag. The other one says there wasn't. They take the duffel bag to Brandon's mother's house. Again, Brandon is the one that we just saw in the hot tub. They said that he was not moving. He was curled up in the fetal position. You could tell by looking through the bag that that's the position he was in. They left the bag in his mother's house while they towed a vehicle back to their house that belonged to Brandon. And then the next day they went and got the duffel bag containing the body of this child, and it got buried in the backyard. And nobody knows what happened after that because Sarah was at the house while Stacey, the person you see on screen, was in jail. She could have moved in at any time. And right after all of this happened, she starts standing on the side of the road at a gas station with signs to say, repent for your sins, and got very, very religious about God and forgiveness, saying that she's committed. She has done every one of the 10 commandments, what they say not to do. And again, one of them is do not kill. They haven't located the body of Michael Vaughan, but canines hit on the yard and on the house where they were all living at. 4 people involved. Stacey, who you see on your screen, Sarah, his wife, Brandon, who you just saw in the hot tub, and then Adrian, who you just saw on the mugshot where he was arrested October 3rd.
The mountain range it goes through
I
there.
mean, there's I don't know about the elevation.
Hey, Blue Jay.
Exactly. I know they're
Yeah.
connected. Montana, both the
Hey,
area I
Wolfpack.
lived in was
We do have 2 lives going on. It's supposed to help with the algorithm and help you get more people. So I tried it out today. I probably won't do it again. I think I'm just going to go live on vertical when I do like more private lives. Wolfpack, good to see you, hun.
we were connected to the mountains pretty much. We lived like you could drive 30 minutes and hit the mountains.
Now, how were Adrian and Brandon paying for their rooms, and who did they pay?
What do you mean?
I mean, did they pay Sarah's parents? Did they pay Sarah?
No. So Brandon told us he was going to pay us, but he never did. We ended up forking out more money for him than he forked out for us. Any money that Brandon would get, he would go blow it on weed or alcohol. Holy fuck. Oh my God.
What's wrong?
Sorry. No, my phone's blowing up. Girlfriend keeps calling 100 times.
Well, good for you, hot stuff.
Do what I can. No.
Really?
But
You fucking really?
Time said he looks.
Stop it. Busta what? 1977. Nice to meet you. Has anyone seen the video of Brandi confronting Stacey? No, I haven't. Is that video out on YouTube? Busted. I know you are new here. I don't know much about this case except, I read the probable cause affidavit and I was going through the interviews as I thought they happened. So I haven't seen that yet. Do you know where it can be found? Because I would love to check that out. That would be interesting.
So healthy, not so unhappy anymore.
Thank you, DC. Appreciate you. I'm trying. So yeah, Brandon would blow any money that I got on literally weed or alcohol. He always came to us asking for money for gas in his car, or wanted money for to want us to pay for his phone bill or his court fines. But he never paid for his stuff. I mean, he was reliant on us, very much so.
Okay, this is going to be a tough question, and you don't have to answer it. How you said that it was going to be a couple of days with Brandon and Sarah sleeping together to get her pregnant, which would be like an ovulation cycle, but you said it went on for like a week. I mean, how did you break it up? How did you tell them, to quit being with each other?
I just told Sarah that she needed to stop or I was going to leave. So she stopped, but I guess did it behind my back when I wasn't aware of it. So
And how did you meet Adrian?
Okay, quickly. I'm trying to put everything in so I can get this report. Um, you say this that you didn't like them sleeping together, and you told them to stop after about a week, even though he was trying to get her pregnant, yet you let them go off together all the time by themselves while they were supposedly running the taxi service business. Like that's really what we're going to go to. Okay. All right. I'm trying to it's showing me property records. Busta said, okay, hold on. I think J for Justice has it. Okay. And I have no idea why my name is coming up with an email address from 30 years ago. For some reason, it's doing the @ symbols in my chat. Like instead of the name you put in, I don't know why it does that. Some chats it does, sometimes it doesn't. I appreciate that, Busta What. I will check that out and ask her for permission to use it. That is very much appreciated. Abella says if he has a girlfriend, there's hope for everyone. No doubt. If he can find a man or a girl, none of us should have nobody else should have a problem with that. Rachel said Brandi confronting Stacey is missing PMW crimes. She's close to the family. All right, I'm gonna write that down and see it. Okay. MISSIGPMW. And I'll also check J is for Justice. I greatly appreciate it. Rosie, good to see you. And Drippy Thoughtsicle, good to see you. He made money from the interview. That's what people are saying. That he only does interviews when he's getting paid so he can make money off of it. Hey, Barb, good to see you. Wolfpack said, I'll keep my peaceful, non-demanding single life. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He definitely did, from what I understand.
I already went over this. I told you guys I met him from Sarah bringing him home from the taxi ride.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was just reading something from the chat.
No, it's okay.
I apologize. The chat's moving fast.
Actually, hold on.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm gonna show y'all.
I wish I could see the chat too. Like I want to see what people are, I want to answer them as they come,
Okay.
I don't know if there's probably no.
Russell says, Brooks, you're doing great with this interview. I'm a nervous wreck and I'm just a chatter. ICU said, so Brandon was there to get Sarah pregnant and Stacey okayed it. Can you explain that?
So Brandon was there to get Sarah pregnant and Stacey okayed it. Remember, Brandon is the one in the hot tub. Now we're going to switch gears real quick because I was able to get this report. We were talking about Adrian, the other guy in the house, Adrian Lucian. This is from the lab. It shows his photo there. And we knew that it was that was him that this was him because there was a couple of photos of him. Now, this was, again, Adrian Temple Lucian was booked in a St. Joseph County, Indiana jail for going into a car that he had no permission going into. And he has the tattoos on his neck and all of that. So I went over here and I purchased this criminal thing because it appears to be better than the one that I had. Now, his charges that he's had is larceny in the 6th degree out of Connecticut, criminal damaging or endangering knowingly cause or create substantial risk of physical harm from 2013 in Ohio, menacing 2013 in Ohio, dogs failure to keep under reasonable control of some person amended from fail to confine vicious so basically he didn't keep his vicious dog put up. That was 2012 in Ohio. Aggravated trafficking 2018 in Ohio, trafficking in drugs 2018 in Ohio, and aggravated drug possession 2018 in Ohio. Now, the aggravated trafficking could be drug related. I'm going to see if it'll give me information. It's closed with a common plea. It was a felony. And it's out of Ohio. I'll see what it tells me about aggravated trafficking. That's all it gives me. So I don't know because of the trafficking in drugs charge here. I mean, I don't know if it was a drug trafficking charge or a different kind of trafficking charge. You have to be careful. It gets confusing at some points. I can smell Stacey from here. He might have both. I don't know. Yeah, menacing. What does 6th degree mean? I'm gonna look it up while we continue to go over. Oh lordy, clicking on everyone except the daggum report. Let's see. The 6th degree. I don't know that it'll tell me. I'll have to ask Uncle Google. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority arrested him. So that tells me he was on like a subway or something. Probably, if I'm speculating, on a subway being annoying or something. It's a Class C misdemeanor. The offense date was January 22nd of 2025. Larceny in the 6th degree. Rearrest ordered. Promise to appear. And we've got the docket number. That's out of Connecticut. The warrant date was on March 31st of 2025. So I'll look these up and see what I can find. There's his email addresses. And then he's got addresses in Silver Spring, Maryland, Freeport, Illinois, Toledo, Ohio. Looks like he purchased a house or something. 2921 North Leisure World Boulevard, apartment 403, Silver Spring, Maryland. Purchase price was $129,000. It was assessed at $136.67. It's 2,424 square feet, 0.05 acres, 830 square feet of living space, and it was purchased March of 2022. I think, or it might be just an address. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding. But okay, I'm going to look up these larceny in the 6th degree to see what all of it means, but that's evidently his arrest record. Yeah, I'm going to ask. When I see him, I think Shmingma. I hope you heal fast. Remember, you're healing from the inside out. Be gentle with yourself. Absolutely. So, what is Shmaminga? At this time, he was in Illinois, unless he's gotten out on that. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I just had it pulled up and I closed it. He was arrested on October 3rd of this year, unless he just got out of jail on that charge. It was from the book something. Lordy, now it's not wanting to come up. I'll find it in just a second. We'll go back to the interview.
Yeah, so I mean,
All right, give me a second to look
like
this
I was
stuff
saying
up.
earlier, it was literally I okayed it
Ooh,
for a short time because I was
petty
infertile.
theft.
Sarah wanted a
Hey,
kid.
Madeline.
I suggested and advised Sarah that we shouldn't be trying to have a kid because of our financial situation. So in short, I okayed it because I wanted her to be happy.
Okay, I'm waiting for the next question. Does Sarah know you have a new girlfriend?
No. Is that the next question?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Nope. And I really don't care to tell her. I mean, it's whatever. Like, if she wants to be a hoe, then I'm gonna let her be a hoe and I'm gonna do my thing. Like, I'm gonna fucking take care of myself. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna make myself be happy. There's no reason I should have to deal with being unhappy. And I'm very unhappy with our marriage.
Well, when did you realize that you were infertile?
I had to step away. He really just said if she wants to be a hoe, I'm gonna let her be a hoe. Okay, Stacey. You seem to be okay with it though while she was living with you. Ew, do you see the yeast of the folds? Ugh. He was released and now has failure to appear for breaking into the car, I believe. Okay, scroll up. Okay. I'm dead. Ew. What the? Oh, stop.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
Why did you give me that mental image? Oh, God, y'all, stop. He does, doesn't he, Tom? Yeah, he's clearly not over her. Right? Maybe sometimes I shouldn't ask.
Get tested?
Mhm.
When did you guys stop trying to have a baby?
I mean, we
And
never
you don't
stopped trying to like. I mean, like we stopped really having sex after I found out that she got herpes. So,
is that what's between her
What? Yeah.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Can we all take a moment and just thank you, God, that they couldn't reproduce? You're welcome, Drippy. Ew, crust. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We need a y'all. There's a demon in chat, and it's called whatever the hell y'all called it. We need to exorcise the demons.
Feel that, buddy? Huh? 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 I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
The chat is clear from the demons that y'all have over there. Hey, Canes and Hannah. Oh, I hope your babies get a good nap. All right, y'all. I cannot.
fingers?
her fingers, no. So Sarah,
Is that what's on her fingers? Ma'am, did you really think that she had herpesipogonoli on her fucking fingers? Okay, I'll look for it. I backed it up.
you know, she wants to be a hoe, then
Be warned.
I'm gonna let her be a hoe, and I'm gonna do my thing. Like, I'm gonna fucking
He
take
is
care
a
of myself. I'm
dreamboat
gonna
if
be
I
happy.
ever
I'm
saw
gonna make
one.
myself be happy.
Scroll up. Oh.
There's no reason I should have to deal with being unhappy.
So True Crime said that in Connecticut, larceny in the 6th degree is a Class C misdemeanor for theft of property or services valued at $500 or less. Less. Thank you for that, True Crime Butterfly. I'm going to continue to look up the other ones and see.
And I'm very unhappy with our marriage.
Well, when did you realize that you were infertile? Did you get tested?
I backed
When
it
did
up,
you guys
y'all, just
stop
so you know.
trying to have a baby?
Lord Jesus. Now
I mean, we
can't
never
look
stopped
anything up.
trying to like. I
Okay.
mean, like we stopped really having sex after I found out that she got herpes. So,
Is that what's between her fingers?
Ew.
her fingers, no. So Sarah, she does have a big case of nervousness, so she would take a pen and she would dig at her. Yeah, she would dig with a pen between her fingers.
When did that start?
Years ago. She's been doing it. I mean,
Y'all, I had clicked away.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
It's getting worse by the minute. It's getting worse by the minute, y'all. I had clicked away. Oh. In his folds, Lori? That's fun. That's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like some mushrooms about to pop out of that shit. What the hell? All right, so okay, let me bring y'all back over here for just a minute. The aggravated trafficking that Adrian Luciani had out of Ohio and then got charged with the sorry, now I can't, trafficking in drugs. So I asked, what is aggravated trafficking in Ohio? Because the charge is out of Ohio. It says aggravated trafficking in Ohio is Basil is defined under Ohio Revised Code. It involves the sale, distribution, or offering of controlled substances under specific aggravated circumstances. The statute distinguishes between standard substance trafficking and aggravated trafficking based on factors such as the type and quality of the substance, the location of the offense, and the involvement of minors. Schedule 1 and 2 narcotics, including marijuana, are typically the focus of aggravated trafficking charges, particularly when the offense involves bulk amounts or occur in protected areas. If a transaction takes place within 1,000 feet of a school or involves a minor, the charge is automatically elevated. The statute also increases penalty for offenses involving firearms or organized criminal enterprises. Aggravated trafficking in substances is classified as a felony, with penalties based on the type and quantity of the controlled substance. Trafficking offenses involve Schedule 1 and 2 substances, excluding marijuana, typically start as second-degree felonies. So if we go back over here, it is a felony. We've got the offense code. I will look that up. That's trafficking in drugs. Okay. It is a felony. We've got that offense code right here, and it's aggravated trafficking. I will look up that specific offense code in Ohio. But I just want to be clear because we need to make sure we're putting out, we don't have any kind of misinformation going on. To be clear, Adrian Luciani is not associated in trafficking of children. It's all substance related. We need to make sure that if you hear that somewhere, if you speak about that, even with the probable cause affidavit referencing him being the one to say that they could all get a $10,000 cut for trafficking children, technically his charges are only trafficking in the substance related atmosphere. Hey, Jenny Jane, good to see you. What? Y'all gonna make me sick. Stop it.
I mean, since I've been married
All right,
to her.
I'm gonna look up the specific code.
Because it looks very sore. How did she get herpes? What did she take for it? Do you know?
She hasn't gotten cured for it. That's why her and I haven't had intimacy since she got diagnosed with it. I told her I wasn't doing that.
Okay, but by the time she's diagnosed, if y'all had been intimate anytime before that, you probably have it too, especially if she was unmedicated. But go on ahead with your bad self.
You know, as far as her knuckles and shit go, like she's been doing that for years.
So an ink pen she would dig between her knuckles?
Correct. That's
Oh,
what that.
man. Okay. Because I was worried, I was wondering about that because there's other, there's other ones where she just has the same ring and it's just between the ring finger and the middle finger.
No,
Now, who stayed at your house after you and Sarah were arrested?
Randy Strickland was there. He was the guy, another taxi.
Okay, Brandi Strickland, that's a new name. Okay, so again, just to reiterate what I'm doing, I looked up this offense code, which was the aggravated trafficking offense code, and I did it specifically for Ohio because it says right here it was out of Ohio. Now, when we look up that code specifically for Ohio, it is trafficking and aggravated trafficking in substances. So it's definitely substance, not child related. It defines the illegal sale, shipment, transportation, delivery, distribution, or preparation for distribution of controlled substances. The law distinguishes between standard substance trafficking and aggravated trafficking based on factors such as the type and quantity of the substance, the location of the offense, and the involvement of minors. For instance, offenses involving Schedule 1 and 2 substances, excluding marijuana, are typically classified as aggravated trafficking, which can lead to severe penalties, including felony charges and a mandatory minimum sentence if the offense occurs near a school or involves minors. Now, he could have sold some kind of controlled substance to a minor, but that's not trafficking children, just so you guys are aware. Do we need to exercise the demons in chat again? We need to just pour bleach on the whole entire chat.
Taxi customer.
Oh, wait. I got a clip for that too. When he just disappeared.
She been gone.
He been gone.
Randy Strickland?
Hardly
Okay.
you
I've
know
heard
wrong.
his name quite a few times.
Fire.
Yeah.
Julie said we need more than bleach. Acid, fire, Just light the whole thing up.
Well, and I mean, do you know
Burn it down.
why Sarah?
Do I know?
Oh, can you hear me? Do we have a bad connection?
No, I know. I got you. I was just trying to process what you were saying.
All right.
Well,
Do
I've
I
heard
know?
Randy Allen's name several times, and I wasn't quite sure how he fit in. But I mean, again, you've been telling the truth, and you're very forthcoming.
Yep. Randy was just another taxi customer. He called us because he got in a car accident and rolled his truck with. He used to haul RVs and or campers from like Gresham, Indiana or whatever. I don't remember where it was, but where the major synergy place is.
Quickly, I won't. Well, never mind. I will click over it because it's a little lengthy. So menacing, which somebody had asked what that meant. That is the charge that Adrian got out of Ohio on. It was just he got the charge December 4th of 2013, and it was a menacing misdemeanor. Menacing in Ohio refers to the legal definition of causing another person to believe that you will cause physical harm to them or their property. Under the code, a person commits menacing when they knowingly cause another person to believe they will cause physical harm regardless of whether any actual harm occurs. The offense can lead to serious criminal charges, including fourth-degree misdemeanor, which may result in jail time, fines, and probation. There are different levels of menacing, and we saw just menacing, and that just means causes another to believe you will cause physical harm. If it had been aggravated menacing, it would have been causes another to believe you will cause serious physical harm, and menacing by stalking engages in a pattern of conduct that causes fear of physical harm. Understanding these definitions is crucial for protecting your rights. So that's what the menacing charge was. I'm going to try to do Brandon now. I don't know what'll come up, but we'll try it.
The RV capital of the world. He would haul trailers for them. He needed consuming alcohol or having a couple beers and then got in a car accident. And rolled his truck and rolled the customer's camper. So he called us for a ride, and we went and picked him up.
That's cute.
In Vail, I believe it was. Vail, Oregon. And
he's being forthright with them boogers he keeps picking out of his damn nose. Opal said, I made a video / song for Sweet Michael. It's on my YouTube. I'm 100% here for awareness and justice for Monkey. I can't access this live stream. I can only access the vertical. Can one of my moderators, since I can't click on her name, can you guys click on her name and drop me the link and I'll try to pull it up and share it. And I appreciate you letting us know that, Opal. Ew, that would be the worst stink off ever. Menacing. I have a lot of words. Menacing isn't one.
Brought him back, and he stayed a couple nights at our house.
Aww.
And then a couple days later, we rented a little U-Haul trailer because that's when we had the Escalade, the white Escalade that you guys see pictures of. And we rented a U-Haul little utility trailer and had to go pick up some of his stuff out of his truck, like his toolbox and his belongings, from the impound lot where the truck went, the wrecking yard.
Where was that at?
In Burns, Oregon.
In Burns, Oregon? Oh, okay.
Burns, Oregon, yeah.
I just appreciate you being so honest.
Not a problem.
Pat K has a question. She wants to know if you're cooperating with law enforcement.
I've cooperated him in every which way that I could.
Thank
I've told
you,
him everything that I'm telling you guys. So yes.
How can I?
Well, I know today you said they really won't talk to you anymore. Maybe it's because they're done with you.
I guess I don't know. They haven't approached me or tried to ask me questions since my interviews with them. So I don't really have anything else to offer them. I don't know anything other than what I've told them and told you guys. So
There it is.
When Brandon said that they had to go get some milk at the convenience store, did you see anybody coming back with milk?
No.
So she's trying to figure out if Brandon and Sarah could have done this without his knowledge. I think that's what she's getting at, talking about going to pick up milk for dinner. Because remember, Brandon said, "Oh, we went and picked up milk for dinner," and then she's asking, did you ever see any milk? Implying that maybe they didn't go get the milk. What would they have been doing if they didn't go get the milk? Well, maybe doing something with Michael. I just dropped the link for Opal in chat. If you guys don't mind, go subscribe to Opal. She's got 308 subscribers right now, and she does have this video from 8 days ago, Michael Vaughan, Never Give Up, and we will play it. It's a 6-minute video, so we'll play that for the outro. I appreciate that, Opal. And I hope that his family hears it and sees that you did that. That was very sweet of you. He's menacing his boogers. They're alive only because they drank and pickled themselves. Ooh, pickled Stacey. Could you imagine? Barb, I don't know specifically on the spectrum. He's got fetal alcohol syndrome. But I don't know if that's like on the spectrum. Thank you, Abellis. I will drop Opal's link in the description box as well, so you guys can go subscribe to her and see the song that she made for Michael Monkey Vaughan.
No.
JLR said, I think Stacey is telling the truth. JLR, do you want to come up?
Okay, so JLR's in there.
And yes, he'll be very nice and very.
So that's the one who was interviewing Brandon in the hot tub. He's saying that he thinks Stacey's telling the truth, and this is after the interview with Brandon in the hot tub. I sent it to Brandi. She's seen it and shared it as well. That's amazing, Opal. I'm so glad you did that. How very touching. I appreciate that. I mean, I do. And I hope that it brought her some comfort. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
No, I know. I watched some of his videos. I like him.
All right, so you're cooperating with law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Stormy said, Brandon and Sarah failed the polygraphs. Can Stacey think of anywhere they could have put Monkey that law enforcement hasn't looked?
Brandon and Stacey have Sarah's failed, but has Stacey. I think they all failed. Opal said Stacey also said the group home cured his, quote, intermittent explosive disorder, unquote. Very interesting. And for him to say that, I would think that he had probably been diagnosed with that. That's not good. Thank you guys for subscribing to Opal. I appreciate it. I subscribed as well. Opal said, thank you. Please just keep sharing his beautiful face. Taken way too soon.
Not at all. I know absolutely nothing regarding Michael Vaughan.
He's looking at the camera right now, but he's saying absolutely not. I don't. He's kind of smirking too. I don't believe him.
I was telling Brooks this morning, if I knew anything about the disappearance, I had any suspicion about it, I had any relative knowledge, I would have been the first person to go say something to law enforcement. I wouldn't have held back. I'm not okay with him disappearing at all.
Well, and stupid question. Why didn't you and Sarah just adopt a child?
We can't. You can't adopt a child if you're a felon.
Oh, okay. Now, are you aware?
So I think they were going to try to steal one. You know, about his lips, the color is off for me. I don't understand why his lips are so pale. Like, I don't expect the man to have lip gloss on or nothing, but it's weird because, it's like his lips are paler than his face. What causes that? Like, my lips are, y'all, I'm literally pulling my lip to look at it. Yeah, mine are pink. Mine are pink, right? Your lip, but white, like your skin, like mine are pink. Like the inside of my mouth. Like, that's weird for me. Oh, he did have pneumonia. That's right. That's right. Maybe that's why.
That Sarah had Michael's poster on your refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember in the probable cause affidavit where they talk about Sarah doing the post on TikTok. Okay. I'm trying to find it real quick for y'all. Yeah, here we go. Sarah's social media posts on TikTok and Facebook also changed drastically to religion and asking for forgiveness for her sins. Before Michael's abduction, Sarah posted approximately 11 videos on TikTok over 3 years. After Michael's abduction, Sarah posted 329 videos from September 15th to December 24th of 2021. That's like 3 months. A little over 100 videos a month. In TikTok videos Sarah posted, Sarah made, quote, testimony, unquote, statements regarding her involvement in criminal behaviors and stated she had broken all 10 of the 10 commandments. It should be noted that thou shalt not kill is one of the 10 commandments. Sarah also alleged in her videos it did not matter what sin she had committed because God had forgiven her for all of them. Michael's missing person flyer can be seen on her refrigerator in the background of some of her videos. So now we finally can see that Michael's missing persons flyer is right there behind her in the video. That's one of the instances the police are referencing in the affidavit. Maybe he's anemic. Okay. Yours are pink? Oh, since the pneumonia. Okay. Blame the 3 gallons of milk he drank again. Liar lips. Diabetic. Allegedly, he went to the emergency room. Right. I remember y'all telling me that. Thank you. He wanted money to go to the emergency room. Wow. It's free to go to the emergency room until you get that bill. Mine are pink too, and I'm prone to anemia. Interesting. Girl, don't play with my emotions like that.
Yeah, we posted that there together. That was specifically because to show support.
So you both walked over to the refrigerator. She's holding one side of the paper and you're holding the other. And we said, babe, we're going to post this picture here on the refrigerator to show support for this missing child. Like you both hand in hand picked up the magnet and stuck it to the flyer in the refrigerator. Okay. So you're
Just
allowed
like
to
I
tell it
told
how
you,
you want.
posting the
It probably was.
his profile picture on my Facebook. That was literally to show support, just like people were doing the blue lights.
Ugh.
That was all to show support. It was just in support in favor of Michael.
It's the green sauce, Julie. Julie, it's so good. With the green sauce, I like the green sauce.
Well, is there anything that you've told the police that isn't quite true?
Not at all.
You haven't lied to the police at all just because you were nervous or
Look at him shaking his head, blinking. Wow, liar, lying liar who lies. I'm going to back it up a smidge. Watch him when she asks him that.
on your refrigerator.
Yeah. Yeah, we posted that there together. That was specifically because to show support.
Drink one for me.
Just like I told you, posting the his profile picture on my Facebook.
Oh no.
That was literally to show
Hey, Wolf.
support, just like people were doing the blue lights. That was all to show support. It was just in support in favor of
Madeline.
Michael.
Watch him when she asked him about lying to the police.
Well, is there anything that you've told the police that isn't quite true?
Not at all.
You haven't lied to the police at all just because you were nervous or scared?
He just blinked 3 times. 3 times he blinked in answering that question. Y'all,
Now what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Quickly, if y'all don't mind, twinkle, twinkle over that thumbs up, please.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, Star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.
Hit that twinkle twinkle over to the thumbs up and hit that thumbs up, please. Opal said, what kind of evil? Post a photo of the child you abducted and homicided on your fridge. I mean,
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
exactly. The channel I'm out for has been doing the dual stream, and she says each version we're getting 1,000 views, so you might want to experiment a little longer. Thank you for that, Kim. Yeah, that's 1,000 each. Interesting. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know.
Not one bit. I gave the police and the detectives everything that I could. What I'm telling you guys is what I told the detectives.
Have they made you give any kind of, statement or confession,
No.
or tried to?
Yeah. But I don't know anything. I given them everything that I could. And I think
Now, this is before he admits to everything in Washington County Jail.
they see that now, which is why they're not questioning me.
Did they interrogate you?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you said you passed the polygraph, and they told you that Sarah and Brandon failed theirs. When did they tell you that?
I found out the same day.
That don't even make sense. Well, maybe, I don't know. We thought it was a dog collar chain type thing at first, Kane's Nana, but no, it appears to be some kind of chain necklace.
They tried calling my mom and asking her if she thought I would have anything to do with it. She was like, absolutely not.
Definitely Timu.
And they told my mom that, Stacey took a polygraph test and he passed, and Sarah and Brandon failed theirs. So they that was relayed by the detective to my mom.
I don't believe that. I don't believe the detective would be like, your son passed, but the people that were in the house didn't. I don't think that that's information they would be willing to share.
Mom told me.
Oh, wow. She must be.
She's hurt. She's devastated that I'm even having to go through all this. But I
Have
will.
you ever?
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, you go. No, you're the guest.
I will tell people this though, that should they ever attempt to charge me for this, they're in over their heads, and they're looking at a very, very, very hefty lawsuit. I just want to let.
Oh, okay. Let me, as a police officer or detective, not charge you, because you said on a live stream that if I charge you with this crime that I have probable cause enough to get a signature to arrest you on, you're going to sue me and it's going to be a lawsuit. So just don't do it. Let me just not go. Let me put this probable cause affidavit in my filing cabinet way at the back, because you said you're going to sue me. Get the fuck out. He is full of shit. Barb, I didn't follow the Dima case. I saw a couple of the Dima Tower case. I saw a couple of thumbnails on it, but what was the verdict? He is so dumb. I don't think they would divulge that either, right? I that don't make no fucking sense. They're not gonna say that. Y'all be careful, because Stacey Wondra is gonna put out a lawsuit if he gets charged with a crime they have probable cause enough to believe he committed.
People know that.
Who's in for a lawsuit?
Everybody, all the people that are the law enforcement agencies, the FBI, they're all in over their heads right now, especially over something.
I think that that's because he's guilty, and he's thinking if he can threaten them, they won't charge him. You're gonna sue the FBI, the police, all of it. Stop. Full fucking stop.
I'm thinking that and I can tell you that the only shit that they have right now is hearsay. It's he said this, she said that. The detectives played me a couple of video clips when they interviewed me of with like Sarah's stepmom or Sarah's foster mom. How Sarah's foster mom was like, "Oh, Sarah told me that Stacey may have had something to do with the kidnapping and the disappearance and the burying of the body." So it's all literally hearsay. There's nothing. There's no all the video clips that they played. Even my lawyer was like, "This is pathetic." He goes, "They literally have nothing on you." And they're not gonna have anything on me. I was not part of this.
Notice how he clears his throat, looks away, and yeah, that looked guilty as fuck. I had no part in this. We're at 23. We're gonna go here. Watch.
He goes, they literally have nothing on you. And they're not gonna have anything on me. I was not part of this.
Look how he looked away and then turned his head away. He's lying his ass off.
At all. There was no part of me that was part of that. And I would never be a part of that. I would never associate with that. I would have literally probably, if I would have known that somebody had done that and I had known that person, I would have killed
them. Nope. We need a
bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Bullshit.
Well, I can imagine. I can imagine. What do you think should happen to the person that abducted Michael?
Oh,
I think they should be punished for the rest of their life. I think they should rot in prison.
I would love to have him watch that and react to it now that he's been charged. That kid is funny. It went viral. Drippy says, I've been reading up on, quote, performative innocence, unquote, trying to understand Daniel Martel's behavior. Very interesting. I'd love to know what you've learned about it. Every cell in the body is replaced every 7 years. That's why your taste buds and everything changes every 7 years. Thank you for that, Julie. I had no idea. Had a bad reaction to fire ants, but didn't develop an allergy until I was pregnant with my first. Kept the allergy after she was born. That's interesting. Opal said, rot in prison, Stacey. Exactly. It was bald-faced hornet. Their sting is extremely painful, I read later. Yeah, I got stung by a hornet, and it hurt so bad.
I think they should suffer and reap what they did. Absolutely.
And then he looks at the camera while he says that, but then blinks and look away. Lying liars who lie.
Now, did you talk to any inmates when you were in jail about the abduction of Michael Vaughan?
It was self-explanatory. I was all over the news.
You know he talked about it. He ain't keeping that
I
mouth
just told
shut.
people that I wasn't going to talk about it.
Oh,
because it's
bullshit.
Anybody could turn a story around or twist it. Yeah, I was questioned about it numerous times, but I wouldn't answer questions. Not to anybody like that. That's not their fucking business.
The people in jail.
Correct.
Well, did Brandon try to get an alibi after the interviews?
I have no idea. I don't have an answer.
So it says in the probable cause affidavit that they called him over to try to write a witness statement. So that's a lie. Made personal notes of their conversation. Admitted Michael had been. Oh, on November 10th, Stacey was again asked to speak to the Fruitland police detectives. Stacey wanted a, quote, deal, unquote, the same offer that was given to Sarah in the Michael Vaughan case. Stacey admitted Michael had been in his house the night of Michael's abduction. Stacey admitted the tricycle had been in his garage, where Kim Elko had previously described seeing it. They talk about the duffel bag, the dull scream. Went back to the house. This part broke my heart. In an interview, Stacey stated that Michael had a stuffed animal, quote, some sort of stuffed animal. I want to say like a dinosaur or a monkey. What I saw was a monkey, was green and looked like a green monkey. And then Stacey advised the lime green monkey was a dog toy that he and Sarah gave Michael to keep him quiet while he was sitting on the couch in their living room. I'm not seeing the part about the note or whatever, but it's in here somewhere.
Answer to that, I
Bless
don't
you.
know.
It tore me up too.
I wasn't part of him being interviewed, so I don't know. Again, I will not answer questions, and I can honestly tell the truth too.
Interesting, Drippy. Thank you for that. That's where they.
If there's anything you could
Right.
say to the family of Michael Vaughan, what would you say?
I would say that I am extremely sorry that your little boy was abducted, and I would want them to know that my heart is 100% with them. I also want them to know that if I ever
Not looking at the camera in the least bit. Rosie said, okay, nothing about this case. I'm mopping. I'm cleaning. I'm trying to cook. I'm doing laundry. My grandkids, you know, them getting ready for them. I get it. I appreciate you being here and listening as much as you have. That doesn't seem made up about giving him that to keep quiet. I don't think it was. And it broke my heart to know that it was a monkey and that was his nickname.
to come in contact with a person, if this person was found that did this, they would be in a very, very, very huge world of hurt. And that comes from the bottom of my heart. I'm
shaking in
sorry,
my
Brandi,
safe
and I'm
right
sorry,
now.
Tyler, for everything that you're going through. And I wish and I pray every day and I cry nightly that this little boy comes home.
He cries every day and nightly for Michael Monkey Vaughan. I think if he is crying at all, it's because he's guilty as fuck. And then he blinked, scratching his head, lying like hell.
Are you upset that they put your picture up as a suspect?
I'm very upset because I didn't have anything to do with it.
I'm going to start a fund to get this man some Selsun Blue. Lord of mercy.
They have literally gotten backwards with
Brandon.
things. I know for a fact I would never do something like this. Ever.
So why is Brandon so focused on the crawl space in your master bedroom?
I have no idea.
So, does anybody know if it was suspected that they put him in the crawl space at one point? I wonder if they searched the crawl space with the dog. I'm sure they have. Yeah, he does cry for himself. I thought Stacey helped kidnap Michael, so he is sad and sorry for doing it. Lovely Bones, this is before the probable cause affidavit. Probable cause affidavit that was just released happened in June of this year, June 25th. This interview that we are watching takes place, hold on. Again, like I showed you yesterday, it says streamed 1 year ago, but if you click more, it says right here, streamed live January 8th of 2024. So almost 2 years ago. So at this point, he was still denying knowledge and saying he didn't do anything, and that's why he says that now. We know because of the probable cause affidavit that it's all bullshit. So that's why we're going back through these interviews. Good to see you. Good to see you. Tom said, better get him some lice away shampoo. It is reminiscent of Harmony Montgomery. It is. But I could see Adam being calculated enough to do that. Stacey and this whole group of motherfuckers, 4 fucking people It's hard for me. I mean, that part is hard for me to believe. 4 motherfuckers were in on this and knew what happened, yet they all kept their fucking mouth shut. That's hard to believe. No, you're fine, Laura. Lovely. He is in every way.
I don't know. I know that
I think it
the
burns
crawl
easy,
space
but I'm
literally
not sure.
consisted of
I
an
burnt mine.
empty firearm box.
An empty firearm box.
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry, you cut out.
Brandon, or sorry, I don't know why he's blamed or he's fixed on the crawl space, but I can tell you that there was nothing in that crawl space beside a empty firearm box. And to answer your question, Vet Girl, I have no idea why Brandon blames me for everything. It's pathetic. You know, they always say the first person to blame somebody is usually the first person that did it. So maybe, I don't know. I won't speak out of context because it's not my place to speak. I will only speak the truth and what I know.
Stop it.
But it is bullshit that he blames me for this.
Well, did Brandon never call you? And because I mean, he does speak around the internet. Did he ever call you and want you to meet him for an alibi?
No,
You better stop
never.
it.
Not once.
Girl, play with my damn emotions. Sending me pictures of your damn
Now let's
enchiladas.
talk about Sarah's behavior and Brandon's and Adrian's after July 27th.
Okay. What do you want to know?
How did it change?
Sarah, I only noticed Sarah's demeanor changing after this all went down, and I noticed, like I was telling you this morning, I noticed that she was posting a lot of God videos. She was everything that she was.
What the fuck are you thinking about? Asshole. Kane said, I don't remember if dogs hit on the crawl space, but dogs went over 300 homes and only hit on that house. They did say that in the probable cause affidavit, and it says they hit on the fence, the house itself, and the backyard, but I don't remember hearing about the crawl space. As long as you have a thermometer, caramel is easy. Yeah, I've burnt mine. You got to be careful. I think it burns easy. Kane said, yes, I have made caramel. It isn't hard, but you really have to watch the candy thermometer close. Otherwise, it'll be too soft or too hard. Really? You made a burnt pan. Always surprises me when people can do such heinous things but pretend like they're good people. The guilt would eat me alive personally. I know that's right. Me too. Yeah, 4 people keeping a secret like that, like, it's got to be the first time in history. So basically, you stir the sugar? I think so. And why save an empty firearm box? Good question. Where is the firearm that was in the box or ammo?
I don't know.
This says, why was Sarah so dramatic over getting stuck in the mud like it was a big deal? That would make me think that it was a big deal because they had a body in the truck, kind of like Stephen Stearns getting that flat tire while I think Maddie was still in the trunk. He does have an oddly shaped head. I wouldn't be able to live with myself either. I would probably be like Stacey, making posts about repentance and things like that. I mean, not Stacey, Sarah.
I don't.
It would be obvious.
She was just, her whole demeanor changed. Everything was off about her after this, and I didn't really thinking about it. Like, I thought she was just, this is something a new phase or something. Like,
God almighty. So
but I don't.
I have Brandon's report. Possible warrants. Failure to obey citation out of Idaho. Yeah, he's got a warrant. Failure to obey citation. I have to find out what that is. So he's got a warrant out for him right now out of Idaho. And then I looked possible charges. It had 6, and then it said show 11 more. And I had to click show 11 more. So hot tub dude Brandon that we just saw has been charged with driving inattentive or careless, vehicle insurance failed to provide proof of insurance, possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia used or possessed with intent to use. Like, I can't see the information on it though. I wish I could. Driving inattentive or careless, driving careless or inattentive. There's quite a few of them. Exhaust system violation. He didn't have a muffler, I'm assuming. Speeding 1 to 15 miles over, exceeding the maximum posted speed limit, and he was up to 1 to 15 mile per hour over. Vehicle insurance, second or subsequent offense. So he failed to provide proof of insurance twice. Failing to stop and yield at a stop sign. Possession of marijuana. Possession with intent to use drug paraphernalia. Failure to wear a seatbelt. Speeding 16 to 20 miles an hour over. Disorderly conduct and driving without insurance. Nothing real damning. That's a misdemeanor. I'm wondering if the drug charges are all misdemeanors. Misdemeanor. So he didn't have a lot on him. Yeah, here's the other 2. Misdemeanor. He better be careful or he gonna get hit with the bitch. Which he should be in jail for homicide if he's not. I'm assuming he's not, since he has this warrant currently out of Idaho. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Well, now I can't find it, but it said he had a failure to obey citation warrant out of Idaho. Yeah, there it is. Failure to obey citation. From December 5th of 2011, bail is $250. And that was in Kuna, where his mom lives. He was born June 24th of 1992. And he's 33 years old. Interesting. I wonder about the Wondras. Let's see what their charges are. She said, sure, okay.
I don't know. I didn't realize what she was doing until after I got arrested. That she was
Probably.
she became dramatic.
Since it's from 2011, it probably is the same one he referenced.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, you're okay. Just take your time.
Sorry.
All right, I got Sarah's.
Work at, oh my gosh, work. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah, I can see.
Oh, okay. 45. Okay.
Dakota wants to know why Sarah was so dramatic over getting stuck in the mud, like it was a huge deal.
I have no idea.
That's a lie. So Sarah doesn't have any warrants or arrests, but there's 13 charges. See, it shows these, and then you click show 8 more. She's got theft in the 2nd degree, theft in the 3rd degree, identity theft, mail theft or receipt of stolen mail, theft in the 3rd degree, theft in the 2nd degree, theft 3, theft 3, theft 3, robbery 1, violation, speed limit, B violation, I guess, violating speed limit, theft 3. All the thefts are out of Oregon. I think everything's out of Oregon. Yeah. Lord, she's got a lot. I wonder what theft 3 in Oregon is. 2012, 2010, 2013, 2019. 2019 is the theft in the 2nd degree.
She didn't seem dramatic to me, but again, maybe it's just because I'm so used to her or was so used to her. There was nothing dramatic about it.
Who all stayed at the house the night that Michael went missing?
Did Brenda, Sarah, Adrian all stay at the house the night Michael went missing?
Sarah and Brandon.
Where was Adrian?
He was out doing his thing with his girlfriend or girly girl or whoever this chick he was banging was. I don't know. I know he wasn't home that night. He wasn't even home that day.
How can you recall it so clearly? Is it a trauma response because something traumatic happened that night? I mean, I don't know. Theft in the third degree in Oregon is defined under the code. It occurs when a person unlawfully takes property valued at less than $100 with intent to deprive the owner of it. This includes actions like shoplifting inexpensive items or taking unattended personal belongings. The crime is classified as a Class C misdemeanor, which typically results in a maximum punishment of 30 days in jail and a $1,250 fine for a first-time offense. And she had 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then it gets like progressively worse. Theft in the second degree is going to be a little bit worse. Theft in the third degree, I think, is going to be the worst. Identity theft, and she received stolen shit. I'm not seeing the firearms charge though. That's weird for me. Why am I not seeing that on here? It is Sarah Ramsey, Sarah Ann Ramsey, Sarah Ann Chambers, Sarah Wondra, Sarah A. Wondra, Sarah Ann Wondra. It is her, but the firearm shit's not on there. I don't like that. All right, let's go back over here. I did want to show you real quick. Possible employers are two: Faith, Hope, and Love Taxi LLC, which was 2001 to 2025. Wondra S. Lube Limited Liability Company, 2022. Faith, Hope, and Love Taxi LLC is a possible business affiliation. Faith Taxi LLC. Those are all. Faith, Hope, and Love was 2022 to 2024. Faith Taxis 2022 to 2025. Wandra's Lube Limited Liability Company, Wandra's Lube Ltd Liability Company is 2020 to 2024 in Oregon. I know we were talking about that, so I wanted to show y'all that that was there as well. All right, I'll do Stacey. Why not? I don't either. Of course not. We might get some answers. She might be able to prove that your motherfucking ass is lying. Stop. Mm-mm. Do I have no sound? Not the video? Hold on. 4654. Can you hear it now? Hold on. I'm gonna back it up. I don't know why it's not letting y'all hear it. Okay, let me know if you can hear it. Okay, lovely bones. Hold on, I'm gonna close it out. We'll try it again that way. All right. Let me pull it back up again. Here, I'll quickly show you this. Stacey's comes up, but it's only got like it's not showing me all of the charges, which makes me upset. He's got state fugitive out of Oregon state fugitive from Idaho. And then theft in the second degree, attempt to commit a Class C unclassified felony, theft in the first degree, negotiating a bad check. All of his are 2018, 2019 out of Oregon. This one doesn't give me a date, but it's probably the state fugitive thing that he just got charged with. It's interesting. Quickly, Brian Koberger evidently is ordered to pay victims' families using donated funds. Who the fuck is donating him funds? I need them to stop it. Stop it right motherfucking now. All right, we're going to try this again.
But yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble.
Y'all let
Yeah,
me know
no,
if you can hear it.
yeah. It's not me that gets in trouble. It's her. She wanted to be able to call her mom. They'll suspend her phone account.
Well, you can just answer it and talk to her.
No, it's okay. I've already hung up.
Okay.
Can
I
y'all
don't
hear
really
it
want
now?
to talk to her anyways, to be honest.
But I mean, was she that way before Michael went missing? Before
Yes,
Michael was
okay.
abducted?
No,
Digital warrior. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
no. Her demeanor changed completely. But I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't believe that everybody's porking everybody in that house. Yet something like that goes down and you claim that her demeanor changed and she could be guilty of it, making it seem like she definitely could have done this, but you have no idea about it. That don't make no damn sense at all.
And I don't mean to get into your business, but I mean, with fetal alcohol syndrome, can that cause someone to act without thinking of the consequences? Is that part of the diagnosis?
Like impulse control? Sometimes.
I was going to say he's going to grab onto that like a life raft right now.
But I've been in group homes almost. I was in for group homes from 11 to 23. And I took and exercised every amount of counseling and therapy that I could to be who I am today. So I know I would not make a decision like that. No. Even impulsively. I mean, no matter how bad of a position I was in or how bad Sarah wanted a kid, you got me fucked up if you think that I'm going to go through and try to do something like that.
Was it a huge argument with you guys? Her wanting a child? I don't mean to say huge argument.
No, I mean it wasn't really an argument. It was just me like me telling her that I don't think it's a good idea.
I feel like there's way more to that.
Did Brandon ever bring guests over to your house?
No. Brandon didn't have a whole lot of friends. So, I mean, he had friends, but nobody that had access to a vehicle.
So did they just come over?
What do you mean? No, he never had guests over.
Okay. Why was he the only person, according to him, that was allowed to have, excuse me, I'm getting choked. I'm getting dry mouth too. Let me get some water. Why was he the only person that was allowed to drink alcohol in the house?
He wasn't. He's
Oh, he got
stupid. I drank alcohol. Sarah consumed alcohol. Brandon consumed alcohol. We all drank, but I just drank.
I don't know.
Sarah and I drank at a whole nother
Oh.
level than Brandon. Like Brandon would get
Okay, yeah. Who's the moral authority? FAS is fetal alcohol syndrome, Wolfpack.
plastered drunk. I would drink 1 or 2 beers and be good.
Did law enforcement ever talk to you before November of 2022?
They came and did interviews with us. Yeah, they interviewed us at the house, asking if we seen anything, asking if we know anything. We're like, no, we don't. I don't even know this person.
So this is a weird question, and you don't have to answer it. Again, if you're not comfortable, don't do it.
Okay.
If Sarah had had a child or was pregnant, would she stop having sex with Adrian or Brandon?
I don't think so. I think Sarah was just that type of girl, that woman who demanded, who required sexual attention, and I wasn't going to give it to her. So I don't know.
You were her fucking
You know,
husband. Like, what do you mean? Thank you guys for showing me this page. I'm looking for the confrontation now. I haven't located it yet, but I appreciate y'all showing me this page because they have quite a bit on this case. They've even got a 2-minute video I'm gonna play in a minute, but like I'm looking for it for the where Brandi confronts Stacey. I appreciate y'all letting me know about that channel.
she apparently wanted to fight it elsewhere. So I mean,
I
it's a
do
shitty
too.
feeling. It sucks, but she was going to do what she was going to do, regardless of my opinion. So
That's a good question. Maybe once he got adopted, because I've heard he was adopted. Maybe the bull riding came when he got adopted. Like you thought it was on the lab. Okay. There is a video about the lab on there, and somebody else said it was Jay for Justice. So I'm looking. I'm gonna try to find it.
what are my feelings?
All right. Well, Arizona and 8th Street is only a few hundred feet from the area where Michael was last seen.
No, it's probably like I don't know, like a tenth of a mile. But even still, I don't know how or why he would even be seen in our neighborhood when he lives completely on the other side of the subdivision. So I don't, or the other side of it in a different neighborhood. He doesn't even live in the subdivision, from what I understand. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you told me where the Vaughan family lives. Let's
Yeah.
look at 8th in Arizona.
Yep. 8th in Arizona. 8th. So you see where the Vaughan family picture, this says Vaughn's family home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all the housing that's below that, you see before the patch of the gray pasture right there. So all the housing that's before that, in between the gray pasture and the Vaughan family home. So that's 8th Street right there. That little road that goes, you see there's one road, going straight down that connects all the way to the green pasture at the end on the left. You see that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did find it, and it appears to be about an hour long. Like that's what it looks like, where she's up there confronting him. So we're gonna start with that one tomorrow. And there's a couple on here. So we'll start on that one tomorrow. I know I'm gonna have to go in just a minute because I gotta cook dinner, but yeah, it's the lab 10 months ago. Okay, that one's from 10 months ago too. It's interesting because that one says 10 months ago too, so maybe there's two. December 18th of 2024. So this interview we're watching happens a couple of days after that confrontation. So, okay. Look, if y'all know about these interviews, like I said, I'm trying to figure out this case and like get all of the interviews and try to do them in order. So I've already found two that came before this one. So if y'all know of any, let me know. Send them to my email, allegedly speculating at gmail.com. So I can get us a playlist and we can go through this in the correct order. Ashlee, good to see you. So the group home his mom said was because stuff was happening with his siblings in the house. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the one I found is from that one, missing P&W crimes revisited. And it is from December 18th of 2024. And it appears that like cuz she's having this conversation with Stacey, she's going through like I saw the interview with Brandon, she's talking about a couple other different things. And then Stacey comes up and Stacey's there for a little while and then Brandi pops up right here. So we're going to check it out. That's where it's at if you guys want to watch it. Unfortunately, I don't have time today to cover it with you guys, or I would. That's why I was trying to find it. If it was like 30 minutes, we'd have went over it today, but I don't have time. But it's there if you guys want to watch it, but we will watch it tomorrow. We need to review the interview someone does with the woman who rented the room to Stacey after this happened. I'll write that down and see if I can pull information on that. Ashlee said, "You're welcome." They were talking about the group home the other day on missing PNW2. Yeah, I saw that they got some new videos out, which is awesome. Not lives. There's a 3-minute clip of it. Okay. Let's see. I saved that one to a playlist. Brandi versus Stacey. Okay. Oh, hold on.
It's three. Well, then
Okay, so this is going to be part of the interview we're going to hear tomorrow, and then we'll do Opal's song for Michael Monkey Vaughan that she sent to Brandi or she or he sent to Brandi, said that Brandi shared it. It's a 6-minute song, and we'll close out with that. So this is going to be kind of a preview for what we're going to watch tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Missing PMW Crimes Revisited. If you guys don't mind, go give her or him, I think it's a like and subscribe. And as long as I don't forget, it will be in the description box. Yeah. Like I said, if you guys want to go watch it, you're more than welcome. But you are a she. Okay. You're more than welcome, but we're definitely going to talk about it tomorrow. I'm not going to watch it because I want to react in real time with you guys. But this is a 3-minute clip. And thank you guys for letting me know. I appreciate it.
and explain this, Brandi. It's 3.5. It's 3.5 years.
They showed me too.
Okay, cool. And guess what? It's 3.5 years. They quote unquote said they have such solid concrete evidence, right? Yeah. Solid concrete evidence that it's 3.5 years later and there's still no charges. You wonder why? Because they don't got
Because
anything,
they're
Brandi. Figure it
they
out.
do.
them. No,
I
they
did
don't.
figure
Really?
it out, and I know
Really?
you're lying.
This is a stark contrast to what he was just saying, that if he could talk to the Vaughans, he would tell them that he's so sorry and his heart breaks for Michael and he wishes that he could help them, etc., etc. When this happened, this interview where he was just saying that, oh, my heart goes out to them. If somebody did that, I would kill them. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I would help them in any way I could. January 8th of 2024. And then back to this one, it's, oh, Dang. It was like December, like a week or two before, I do believe. So this is stark contrast to what he's saying a week later on Crime Lines and Lies, that he would be so nice and try to help her and all that. Like, he's arguing with her actively, saying there's no evidence.
Really?
Stacey. And you know
Really?
what?
Am
I would forgive you if you would tell me the truth about Sarah.
I don't have anything to fucking give you. Brandi, guess what?
What the
They
fuck?
can bring charges because guess what?
You're
And
gonna
they can
tell.
hold me to
Hamilton.
fucking. Go ahead. Bring charges and it's gonna get fought in court because they don't
You
have
have
shit.
knowledge of.
Consider no, I don't. And consider this your guys' warning.
I could not imagine being her right now. Like, he's cutting her off. She is being so polite, just saying you have knowledge. You can tell she's frustrated the way she just leaned back. But my God, this woman has some composure. Like, she really is a warrior. I would not be as composed as she is.
Continue slander. Nope.
I'm not slandering you.
Continue
You
slander.
said you would answer anything, Stacey. You said you're an
Correct,
open
and
book, and you're not being an open book to me. You're getting angry with me, and you're not answering questions.
No, I've
And
answered
you're
everything that you need, Brandi. I've answered everything. You still want to accuse me. You still want to do this and do that. Guess what?
I
Go
want
ahead.
to know why
Go
you're
ahead.
lying.
I'm not lying.
You have.
I want to know why you
Okay?
think.
You have control issues.
No, I don't have.
Like, she is so composed. Commander Alpha Turkey, just by the way, you're on the other live. If you want to see chat, you have to come over to this live, but we're about to end in just a second anyway. Commander Alpha Turkey said, I was there live for this and I was on pins and needles. Yes, she knew of his involvement, and I'm wondering how much she knew. I'm wondering if the detectives had told her information that she couldn't share. You know what I mean? Ashlee said Sam wanted to boot him so bad, but we want him to talk. I can imagine.
I have control issues. I have issues with people slandering me and defaming me and thinking that they have and thinking that they're hot shit and thinking that they know it all. This conversation is done. You all have a good night.
Obviously, he's still going to
Wow.
listen. To quit lying, I'm over it. It takes a really sick and evil person to sit there and swear on their life when they've come up here to many different creators, not only behind the scenes talking to them or trying to extort people for money.
She has the composure of a daggum saint. It was so rude. Wasn't it, Abellis? You're welcome, Commander Alpha Turkey. It's good to see you.
I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're not giving up the fight for Michael. We will not give up for Michael. And go ahead, because I've seen what you're lying about, Stacey, with my own eyes, and you're not going to tell me the FBI and the Idaho State Police, the Fruitland Police Department, the Fayette County Sheriff's Department, NCMEC, you're going to tell me they're all going to lie to me and stick up for you?
Abso-fucking-lutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
I'm done with your games. My son is not a game. Michael Joseph Vaughan has been abducted, and 4 named suspects: Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrian Lucian, and Brandon Shirtlift, and possibly more that have involvement and know where Michael is. And I'm coming for you, every single one of you, and I will not give up. And I'm not going to be quiet and little Miss Nicey anymore. Michael is my son. He is missed. He is loved. I am tired of my family being tortured every day, Stacey. Every day.
God bless her soul. Could you, and I mean, I always say, like, if somebody was involved, if they knew the answer to the case, they would arrest them. And it's taken this long, and could you fucking even fathom your child is missing? You know who did it, who was involved, but the police have not arrested them, and you can't do anything about it. And to top it off, you're needing a liver transplant, and I heard she just got that, and is healing from that. You're going through all that on top of your child being missing. not knowing if he's alive or not. You know these people did it. The police just don't have enough evidence, and they're going on all of these places just taunting the fuck out of you. My God. I could not even begin to fathom. I can tell you I would damn sure not be as composed as she is. That is a strong woman right there.
And I am going to find Michael, and I'm going to get justice for him, and I am going to prove to the world what a horrible, evil liar you are.
My God. Yeah, I'm real interested in seeing that interview tomorrow, so we're definitely going to watch that. God bless her soul for being so strong. On the interview with Stacey that we were watching, I think there's about 30 or 40 minutes left. We're at an hour and 52 out of 2 hours and 31, so about 40 minutes left. And I'll keep that up, and we'll watch it after we watch the confrontation, or to watch the interview, the first part where she's talking to Stacey, and then where Brandi comes up. If you guys have any interviews that I don't know about or anything like that, please email them to me. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, because it's different, because I don't know all of these interviews, all of the shit that's gone down in this case. Okay, so I'm new to this, and I want to see, coming in and being new to it, like what conclusions that we come up with by going through all of these interviews and things like that. I mean, we have the probable cause affidavit, but it's going to give us contextual clues, like I don't know, they're going to admit and say things, and we're going to get telltale signs of what they do when they're lying. So I think it's very important to do this. And I appreciate you guys' help with it. Hey, well, the thing is, good to see you. He is disgusting in every way. She is the definition of a mother's love and strength. Julie says, "You go, girl. You're a strong warrior. My love, keep going." I can't fathom it. I cannot fathom it, like, at all. Okay, so Opal came in. I just shared Opal's link in chat. Please go subscribe if you haven't. And Opal made a video 8 days ago, and it's titled "Michael Vaughan, Never Give Up." And we're going to close out with that today, in memory of Michael Vaughan. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hanging out with me as we discuss these cases and go through all of this information that we have from these YouTube streets on it. If nobody has told you, you are enough, you are important, you are special, and you are very loved. And I will definitely see y'all tomorrow. Opal says, "Oh, if nobody told you today you matter, that smile you shared could be the sun on someone's darkest day." Absolutely. It's good to see you. Well, the thing is, I'm glad you were here. Okay, we've just been going through the interviews. We talked briefly about Jack and Lilly. Leven Todd, who we covered yesterday, who was missing out of Georgia, was found, located safe, thank God. And we touched on Jack and Lilly and Melodee Buzzard. And then we've just been doing the interviews. So again, this is from Opal, titled "Michael Vaughan, Never Give Up." Thank you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern. Y'all have a good night and stay safe out there. We will be doing the confrontation with Stacey and Brandi tomorrow too. Definitely want to watch that with you guys. Of course.
In a quiet Idaho town where the orchards bloom and sway, a little boy with sunlit hair chased fireflies at play. 5 summers bright, eyes like the sky, wild heart full of glee. Michael Vaughan, our shining light, as free as he could be. Mama Brandi by his side, through every laugh and tumble, whispered secrets in the grass where the wildflowers rumble. Monkey she called with a grin so wide, Her boy with a cheeky spark, climbing trees like a little king, leaving footprints in the dark. Oh, Brandi, pinky promise tight, under that endless blue, I'll bring you home, my little one, no matter what we go through. Daddy Tyler and the kids, arms open wide and torn, siblings waiting by the gate where the porch lights always warm. Monkey, monkey, where'd you go? In the arms of heaven's call, but a world of hearts beats on for you through the heartache and the fall. Never gave up, never will. Love's a wildfire strong for Michael's sweet eternal life, where the broken hearts belong. July 27, 2021, the world turned cold and still. A backyard game, a fleeting dream, then silence on the hill. Tyler stood there, heart held high, voice cracked like winter wood. Siblings clung to faded shirts, praying like only children could. Through the nights of endless rain, posters on every wall, a family chained by missing pieces, answering every call. Monkey, they'd say to the empty room, holding his memory tight, pinky fingers locked in hope, fighting shadows in the night. Oh, Brandi, pinky promise tight, under that endless blue, I'll bring you home, my little one, no matter what we go through. Daddy Tyler and the kids, arms open wide and torn, siblings waiting by the gate where the porch lights always warm. Monkey, monkey, where'd you go? In the arms of heaven's call, but a world of hearts beats on for you through the heartache and the fall. Never gave up, never will. Love's a wildfire strong for Michael's sweet eternal light, where the broken hearts belong. Now charges rise like thunder clouds against the neighbor's gate. Stacey Wondra stands accused, sealing Michael's fate. First degree shadows, lies untold, a web of hidden pain, but justice whispers on the wind, washing clean the stain. Strangers light their candles high, from cities far and near, a chorus for a little boy whose laughter lingers here. Brandi's not broken, she's the storm, with a father's quiet might and siblings' dreams that never fade into the endless night. Monkey, monkey, come on home, the whole wide world holds you near. Tyler's strength, the children's prayers, wipe away the fear. In Fruitland's fields where wild things grow, your spirit dances free. Sweet Michael Vaughan, loved by all, eternally you'll be. Never gave up, never will.